What an intro. What energy. I think we're live. I start streams dancing, singing.
My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. We have 2 more weekends without fights, which is not that many, because you people have it in your head that it's like 8 months. It's only 2 more weekends without fights. But Jacob and I, work doesn't stop. I've already broken down the next 2 cards. Jacob and I are going to go live tonight. Casual. I've got a drink. Jacob has herbal tea. We're going to hang out with you guys, and you can join the stream. You can hop on, call in sports radio style. Hop in here, ask us whatever you want, hang out for a minute or two, and then get the hell out because some people don't understand radio etiquette. Anyway, if you're a premium member, the link is in the Discord on the Premium Alerts channel, or if you're a YouTube premium member, I started drinking a little too early, go to the community tab. The link is there. Click the link, hop on, ask us a question, come hang out. And guys, don't forget, we're doing the $1,000 giveaway. We are only a couple hundred subscribers away from 10,000 subscribers. And if we hit that 10,000 mark in the next, 5 days at this point, we're going to give away $1,000. All you need to do is like this channel, like the other channel. We're going to give away $1,000. Comment on the giveaway video because we're going to use a random comment grabber. And you're good to go. You're good to go. Very easy, very free. That's not a premium membership upsell. If you guys need to recover from the holidays, took a beating, bought a little too much stuff, lost some money on these football games, well, I'll send you 50. I'll send you 50 bucks.
Be me.
All you need to do is go to wewantpicks.com/bets. Use our links to sign up with any one of our betting partners. Make a deposit, and we will send you 50 bucks as a thank you. Super easy. You get a nice 50 bucks from us. Just use our link, create an account, make your deposit, and of course, here's your premium membership upsell. We don't have fights for 2 weeks, but we do have 14 units of bets on the board right now for future fights and future events. So if you're a premium member, the biggest thing I can give you right now is I told you guys to put some money on Shavkat Rakhmonov. I put 3 units on that dude at minus 315. He has now flexed up to over minus 500. Premium members have seen that. It's been on the board, and if you tailed, that alone covered the very cheap $10. That's all the plugs. That's the intro, Jakey. We'll leave this here while we hang out. We're going to hang out, have some drinks, chat. Again, if you want to join, click the link on the premium tab or in the premium alerts channel. How you doing, Jakey boy? What the hell? I think I'm
doing pretty good. First of all, go Pirates. East Carolina's playing right now. Second leg of a parlay, three team parlay. Me and Big Don got going on. So go Pirates on ESPN or ESPN2, one of those.
Pirates.
That's what's exciting right now. Huh?
The Pirates?
East Carolina, baby. Arg. Arg. What's wrong with the Pirates? You don't like that mascot name?
What sport are we talking about?
Football. Bowl games.
Not professional football. Oh,
well, no.
Okay.
It's fucking college
that
football.
sounds like, wait a minute, dude.
Oh, come on.
There's bowl games on random Tuesdays?
All week,
Saturdays.
Baby.
Oh, I thought all those week. Were Saturdays.
All week.
Yeah, you should definitely suck on a hard candy in front of a high-end microphone.
Oh, it's soft.
I bet it is. I bet it is. Coming cards? No shame. Just a question.
Your mic cut out and stuff when you asked. I don't know what the hell happened there, but.
Can you hear me now?
I can't hear you. No.
Hello? Yes, you can. I see the microphone going up and down.
Well, it's like real delayed with your voice now for some reason. I don't know if it is for them, but it is for me.
What the hell is going on? All right. Well,
it's like
is that any better?
Like a second and a half delay between your voice and your whatever. I don't know if it is for them. It might not be for them, but for me, it is.
I guess we'll wait for the comments section to let us know if my microphone is in sync with my voice. What the hell?
I'll listen to it real quick.
All I did was, yeah, there you go. Yeah, he says it's fixed.
Oh, it's just not fixed for me. So that's going to be real awkward for me.
Well,
real weird. No, it's good now. It's good now. No, it's good now. It's good now. It's good.
I mean, I didn't do anything. And I have fiber. I got the good stuff.
Ooh.
Anyway, I asked you a question. It all went to. Oh, I said, did you do any research at all for the upcoming fights? But you don't need to do research for some of these.
When I have time off, Angel, I work so goddamn hard that when I have these days off, for my days off, I'm getting cancer surgery, so they're not even days off.
Here we go. Wow, It took you. We're 7 minutes into this stream. Took you that long to mention that you might maybe have had a little, just tiny half a touch of a dirty mole. Congratulations.
I'm sitting here right now with live stitches in my cheek doing this for you guys. Angela would never. I guarantee. The second you get that vasectomy, you're going to be out for 3 weeks.
It took you. That's because it's so tremendous. It is major surgery to get mine worked on. Show the scar. Here, I'll even hide this. Show the scar.
Huh?
Show the scar.
I already was. Live stitches.
Look at that.
And look, I have a green eye. It was black.
I would
make sure you wear your sunscreen, kids. Wear your sunscreen.
I would have loved to have been the one to do that to you. I would have fucking loved it.
What? Cut me open?
To be the person that gave you the black eye. The that Bellator Risen card is this Friday. I'm going to be out of town, but maybe I'll order it with the fam on vacation. But I was surprised. So we don't break those down. Jacob and I don't break those down, but Artem does. If you don't follow Artem, give him a follow. He does a bunch of breakdowns, has a beautiful accent.
Oh, I'm Autumn. I'm not Australian. I'm New Zealand.
Yeah, like it's different. So different. But he broke that card down, but I'm the one who I upload the video, I do all that crap. There's only like 5 fights in that entire card.
I saw that somewhere.
Yeah, it's not even like champions versus champions. It's just, let me pull it up.
5 random dudes.
It's not 5 random dudes, but it's not every single person. It's not all the champs. It's good fights.
A lot of my search history is like
5 random
with 5
dudes.
It's like something with 5 random dudes.
It's AJ McKee, Patricio Pitbull, Hiraguchi, one of the worst bets of all time on him, Juan Archuleta, and Koji Takeda.
Oh, yeah.
Versus 5 people none of us have ever heard of, and if you pretend you have, you haven't.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody who wants to hop in, there's a link on the community channel. There's a link on the Premium Alert Discord channel. You can hop in, ask a question, radio style. But we're just hanging out, just having a drink in the off week, trying to survive. These off weeks, it is nice. Well, I mean, it's more than just 1 week. It is nice, but it definitely... I don't like the lull. I like the option of watching fights. Last weekend, I get it. There was no time. This weekend would have been nice.
Well, I don't like it because I'm losing all my money on football. I mean, I had to go in heavy on the Chargers against my Colts Monday night, which thank God that came through. But, I'm losing multiple monies on football with no UFC. I need UFC back. But we got back on track with the Chargers, and we're feeling good about, we got the Cowboys coming up Thursday night. Saturday we got some bowl games. We got Michigan playing my Wolverines, so I think we're gonna get right back on track. Really springboard into that first pay-per-view. And that first card. I'll actually be in Vegas for that first card. So I can't even live stream the first card back.
But you can bet in real life with some actual tickets.
That's right. But I can't no live stream.
I broke that entire card down already for anybody looking. But there's some easy-ass fights on that card. Shavkat Rakhmonov smokes Jeff Neal. Does he not? I mean, you didn't do your research yet, but he kicks the shit out of, like, Jeff Neal. Remember, we were just lambasting that dude for getting a DUI 2 years ago on Thanksgiving, like 4 days before his fight.
Wasn't that this year?
No, it wasn't this Thanksgiving. It was last Thanksgiving, so it was a little more than a year ago. He got a DUI. Then I think he went out there and won that fight. But and he had a gun. The gun was a complete misunderstanding, which is why I don't mention that piece. But anyway,
well, you just did.
Well, but not in the context of like what a bum. But I mean, Jeff Neal's dangerous, but he's not Shavkat Rakhmonov dangerous. Kelvin Gastelum, listen, he's one of the
Hands of
most.
Steel, Jeff Neal. I think that's
Is that
his
his
nickname? I think it is.
Is it?
I think it is.
Hands with a Z. What a fuck.
With a
Hands
Z.
Jeez.
Diaz, is it? Diaz with a Z.
Hands
know
of
what that's
Steel is a
You're
Joey
fucking
Diaz,
clueless
I'm
on that
guessing.
one. Nope.
Then I don't
Nope.
know. Then what? What? You're the fucking worst. Big Capper says, I don't know. Geoff Neal might surprise us. He won't. He won't. He just won't. I don't know why. Like, okay, he'll go all in on round one, pace himself, and wrestle. Shavkat Rakhmonov can do whatever the hell he wants. Whatever the hell he wants. He can out wrestle. He can outstrike. He can literally do whatever he wants in that fight. Shavkat is plus 900 to be champ. What book is that? Who offers that? Was that DraftKings offers the who will be a champion by the end of the year?
I believe so. That'd be fun to play.
Yeah. $5 from Chris V. Shavkat is a lock. I agree, Chris. Thank you for the $5. It's very, very appreciated, especially in a week off like this. Listen, hopefully premium members saw that bet. I put it on the board. 3 units at minus 315. It ballooned up to minus 500 like 4 days after that. I even went on stream because there's always people that doubt. There's always people that aren't premium members that doubt what's actually behind that wall, right?
Look at me now. You doubted me. Look at me now. Pound for
Let me
pound.
see your ticket.
Headshot. Dead.
Jesus Christ. Prove it. Prove it. I don't believe you. Well, it's literally been on the board and in the premium alerts channel with a timestamp. But I even did the card breakdown. He was minus 380, I think, when I did the full card breakdown. So there's a little bit of movement. And I was like, even minus 380 is good value. And now he's well over minus 500. And then we have a couple of Twitter trolls. What is he now?
He's minus 400.
It went down. Oh, it ballooned up to minus 5. That's funny if it went down. That's just people betting the other side. You see that wild plus money and you're like, all right, well, Jeff Neal has
hands of steel. The guy's got hands of steel. I didn't even know you could fight with those things.
Dude, Hands of Steel isn't even... who was the dude? There was the Canadian from Team Thompson back in the day that was Hands of Steel. The hell was his name?
I don't know, man.
Man. Hey, Xanator 9000, we have those predictions up right now, ready for you to watch. Artem did it, not us. Artem is our Australian friend. He's got his own channel, but he does New Zealand
He is
friend.
not Australian. He is not Australian.
He has his own channel, but he does the non-UFC stuff for us.
Sorry, Artem. Jesus.
Yeah,
he was very clear. He is not Australian.
You know what his real actual name is?
Artemis.
Jacob. So I got
Artemis Maximus Aurelius, son of...
Two of you people. Two of you people
Sworn defender of the... Do you know what that stuff is, what I was saying it?
You started with the gladiator, then you turned into whatever the fuck.
Yeah, and then you just don't know what it is.
You're like extra weird today.
Well, I think there's a very clear reason for that.
What's the reason?
Well, I'm still coming out of anesthesia from this major surgery I had. Jesus Christ. I'm just here doing the best I can, guys.
I bet.
Apparently my brain was so big they had to take a chunk out.
That checks out. That checks out.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
So you're complaining about that little tiny scratch on your face because you had a mole that was a weird color. My daughter literally had a part of her brain removed. It was like a week. Then that kid was fine. And look at you.
I'm on day 5, so I mean tomorrow I'll probably feel a lot better.
Yeah, it actually looks really good. I'm no surgeon, but that's clean.
I'm actually gonna give him a compliment because he's a cool dude. He won me money because he said he was a Jags fan and the Jags were playing that night. And I was like, oh well, he's a Jags fan. I'll put some money on him. So I won a few $100 on the Jags. And then what was your question? Oh, And because I was talking about how cool he was, I think I'm going to tell him that. Like every time anyone's ever seen it, they're like, "Oh wow, that looks good." I'm gonna give him a little compliment. Might slip $100 bill or something. Do you tip your surgeon?
I think that insurance bill you're about to get is tip enough.
No? I might give him a gift card to a steakhouse or something. I mean, the worst part is this is the one time you wish it was a bad scar. Like I don't mind if there's a
giant bad scar.
Yeah, I mean, what do I care? I don't give a shit. And if somebody sees it, they're like, "Oh shit, that guy's been knifed or something." You know? But then he did it good, and he marked it to the lines and everything. So I don't think there's gonna be much of a scar.
They'd spend a few minutes with you and be like, "He is an annoying little germ." Somebody definitely cracked that dude with the crowbar.
Definitely beat the shit out of that guy.
2 kids I went to school with, and I was actually pretty close with them later in life, not in school, but later in life, we actually all ended up working together at the same company. They were driving home from the movie theater in a Jeep Wrangler.
That was my first car. Not a girl's car, by the way. Somebody said it was in a girl's car. It's not a girl's car.
They can be, but they don't have to be. It's like the new Bronco. Some of the new Broncos are badass, and some of them are like not at all, even a little bit. Anyway, so people are like,
wow, Jester has a friend. Holy shit. That's the surprise a late addition to the surprise of 2022 is that Jester's got a fucking friend. Holy shit.
He said his first day and last name.
Nobody say bless you.
The fact that he said the first name and last name tells me he doesn't actually have a friend. Nobody does that. My friend Jacob Lyons.
Hey, bet on my friend Angelo Bodetti to lose this wrestling match. He's fat and out of shape and hasn't wrestled in 15 years.
Who told you I signed up for a tournament? Oh, dude, I'd sign up for a wrestling tournament out here. I bet they don't even have the open divisions, though. When I was coaching in Connecticut before I moved here, I would take the kids, coach with the kids, and then I would enter the open division. So they would corner me, and then I would corner them. And the best parts were, like all the stuff you yell at. Children have endless energy. So it's like, stand up, get up. And just like you're yelling the same things, like stand up, get your hands, whatever, put something in your hands. And then when I'm wrestling,
just stand up, punch him in the face.
And then when it's me, and they're like, just stand up. Just stand up. And it's like, this is very different. This is a grown man. And I'm here. I'm fine here. I'm up on points. I'm fine right here. Cool. Hey, speaking of being fat, anybody who hasn't seen these at their grocery store, I should be sponsored by them. These Reese's, it's actually just Reese's. These Reese's Big Cup with the potato chips inside. Oh my God. I have not tried these ones yet, but I can't imagine those suck. But the ones with the potato, it looks like Ruffles and they taste like Ruffles. Holy shit. Dude, you're judging right now, but you're the one who orders a box of donuts multiple nights a week.
My body is my temple. The hardest thing I've ever had to do in my entire life. Not even close. The hardest thing I've ever had to do is I haven't been able to go to the gym. I've had to stop myself from going to the gym every single day because of these stitches in my face. That's the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life is not go to the gym. Because my body is my temple.
You could go to the gym, right? What can't you do? Sweat?
No, if you just break open. You don't want them to stretch or anything at all. So
there's no way you're at the gym go.
I guarantee I could pop it. I guarantee. I know how tight this is right now. Like when I'm smiling, I can feel. I guarantee I could pop a stitch right now.
I just feel
I guarantee I could just because I know how tight it is right now.
Isn't it all just for you like a million reps of like just the bar? Isn't that your deal?
That's so funny, yeah. Wow.
You literally brag about I wear my headphones, my hoodie, all this stuff, and I don't even sweat. Okay. This guy, Rob Lawrence asked, is BetOnline offshore legal or no for Ontario, Jesus Christ, Ontario, Canada, peoples who can't bet legally? I don't know the Canadian laws, but in America, it's 100% legal. America allows for offshore betting. It is 100% legal. It is the exact same rules as if you go on a cruise. If you go on a cruise, you're in international waters, you can bet. It's the same exact logic. So offshore betting in America is absolutely 100% legal. They're not US-based companies. They're international-based companies. Oh, my God, dude. I have not been drinking that much. So they're not regulated, and that's the quote-unquote concern. They're not regulated, but it's 100% legal. There are absolutely no issues. We've never had an issue, and if anything, I mean, they just paid us on the split draw in the last event when they did not need to do that. They could have just been like, well, draw is an option because you can bet on a draw. Draw is an outcome that you can bet on. You didn't bet it, so you lose. And they didn't do that. So perfectly legal.
True.
Illegit, but they don't make anybody who thinks there's a lot of people who think UFC sports, oh, this is rigged. The money is here. Vegas wants this. If you think Vegas and Bet Online and all these books give a shit about the UFC betting, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. There's not enough money. There's not enough money coming in on fights for them to give a shit. All the money is in the casino and football. That is all the money. The rest of it is just bullshit. It's just bullshit play money for them, which is why they offer absurd lines sometimes.
We're not even, I mean, our money's not even buying fucking pillowcases in these hotels, people. I mean, maybe the candy on the counter at the, the front desk. That's about it. That's the money we're talking about here. You know what I mean?
Well, even so, this you mentioned, or Xanator 9000 said he's asking because almost all bet apps banned UFC betting in Ontario. That's gone now. That was for about a week. Again, I don't know. I don't live in Canada, so I can't speak for everybody. But Bet Online did the same thing. It's now back. No issues. They didn't. That's all. I don't know if it was Ontario or a different city that even announced we're good now because the UFC took action.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land.
You've gotten very
you're
far.
Supposed to go. I know you're supposed to. Now it's like everyone sings together. Sweet God save the Queen.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
I did pretty. I mean, that's pretty good for an American, I would think.
So listen, a bunch of people asked about the $1,000 giveaway. Here's the thing. It's I'd say it's 50-50 if we hit 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year. We'll see. It'll come down to my mood.
I mean, you put a mark out there. If we don't hit it,
that is the problem.
Sorry for you.
That is the problem. Somebody commented like, you owe us this if you should just do it for when you hit 10,000. It's like, I don't think you know how giveaways work. Giveaways are to encourage action. And the action encouraged here was to click subscribe. Let me walk you through some of our numbers. People like numbers, Jacob. Let me walk you through some of our numbers, which is why I know we've got a ton of viewers out there that have not clicked that button. Analytics, come on. Our audience. So we do 105,000 views, or we have done 105,000 views in the last 28 days. 61% of those people are subscribed, which is an astronomical number, right? You know YouTube, Jacob. That's an astronomical number that 61% of our audience is subscribed. And I guarantee that's much higher than almost everybody doing this. But that still means, let's just go down to 100,000 instead of 105,000. 100,000 views, that's unique views. That still means that 39,000 of them are from people who are not subscribed. So we have way more than 10,000 unique people watching our content on a regular basis. So that was the point of the giveaway, is to get those people to click the subscribe button, because 10,000 is a hurdle that matters in YouTube world. You hit 10,000. So YouTube obviously already has a lot of confidence in us. They continue to push our content out there. We end up on people's feeds, which is how we're doing over 100,000 views 28. This is 28 days, and in this last 28 days, we only had 2 events. So phenomenal numbers, and I'm very, very happy, very, very proud of what we've built. But the 10,000 mark, once you hit that, then YouTube is like, oh shit, people really like them. So, which is why I put it out there and tried to push it. So yeah, that's that. And yes, people were. I agree. We don't owe. That's the interesting part about the internet. So obviously, we have a premium membership that costs money. We owe those people very clearly. We need to give those people $10 or more of value. And I mean, I feel like we blow that out of the water. It's not even close. Random people who just click on a video and watch it. We want to create quality content. We want to grow. We want to provide entertainment, provide information, and do all of those things. But the word "oh," I don't know you shit. Literally, absolutely fucking nothing. So I agree with Sexy Twinkle Toes. We don't know anybody's shit. But premium members, we do owe, and we treat it that way. Jacob, sit the fuck up and say something of value, please.
Now I was getting to the rankings. Somebody asked, what do you think of the champs are going to be for each rankings in 2023? I was just going to go through it real quick.
Go for it, but be careful because that question was asked so they can place bets. So just caveat this with, these are not, this is not betting advice.
I mean, this ain't no guess. What I mean, what's it going to be? You know what I mean?
Okay.
Women's bantamweight.
All right, you do this. I'm going to refill.
It's Nunes. Well, not that the loser's gone. What do we really want to talk about? How you guys doing tonight? How about that little membership little gig there? That was fun. Go over numbers. That's what you guys are here for. Fucking math class. Holy shit. Guys bore me out of my mind. Oh my God. I will get to the question though. Obviously Nunes, bantamweight. She's probably not gonna fight. Pena's gonna fight her at bantam. Isn't gonna beat her. Shevchenko. Doesn't matter who she fights. Weili, I don't think it matters who she fights because she's going to fight who? Amanda Lemos, I guess? Or Andrade? Maybe Lemos? One punch power? Probably not. Heavyweight. If John Jones fights at heavyweight, I think he's going to be champ. I literally think he's going to be champ. If he fights, I think he's going to win. Light heavyweight.
Wait, hold on. Can I back you up for a second? Let's just go back in order. No reason to rush. You said Weili. I agree with you. I love Weili, but she's lost to Rose twice. Rose isn't gone.
Okay. Did you get that out of your system?
Nunes, I agree with. But you said Shevchenko. Shevchenko should have just lost to Lemos. She just lost that fight. Not Lemos. Who was it?
Talia Santos. Yeah,
she just lost that fight. I think that I'll let you keep finishing. Those are just while I was refilling.
So don't say the answers are wrong. You got to give your answer if you think the answers are wrong.
The question wasn't who at every weight class will be champ by the end of the year.
Right. And I said Weili and you said no, but he didn't give an answer. And then I said Shevchenko and you said no, but he didn't give an answer.
He's asking because DraftKings lets you bet on this. I wouldn't bet.
No shit. Just say a fucking name. What are we doing? All I'm asking you is just say a name.
I'm not going to pick anybody in that division, you fucking limp dick halfwit. Nunes, I agree with. I'm not going to bet anybody in the Weili division.
He just asked who you think the champ is going to be for each division. He didn't say pick or this, so I'm just asking for a name. Who do you think? You said it's not Weili. Who's it going to be?
Rose beat her twice.
So say it. Stop. I mean, just say a name.
So Weili. It's probably Weili, but I'm not. Don't bet on it.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Don't bet on it. Here we go. Look. Can you see the chunks of chips in there? Probably not. It's so fucking good. Go ahead.
Do you agree that if John comes back, he beats anyone at heavyweight?
If he's exactly what he was at light heavyweight and just more powerful, yeah. Because
right, who's your? No, go ahead.
Go ahead. Well, because the dance bullshit's not gonna. If Francis Ngannou took his big ass down a few times, John Jones isn't gonna have a problem doing it, right?
Right.
And I mean, Francis is the most dangerous one. That one is a little worrisome, but he might be able to take Francis down. Or at least hold him against the cage and do what John Jones does. Just be boring against the cage. Go ahead.
So wait, you said in order again?
I said I agreed with John Jones.
Huh.
But how did you go from... so you went from women up and then men down?
I mean, I'm just scrolling on the UFC website. That's the next division. So because it goes men down and then it goes to the women.
We got 4.5 pounds from Ali Dagnall. Thank you, Ali. No comment to read, but we appreciate it.
He added, oh my God, he said £1 for every pound that you're gaining during the stream.
It's more than 4.5. I bought, these were buy 2 packages, get 1 free. So I did 3 pretzel, 3 chip. Thank you, Ollie.
I didn't know there was a big and tall Reese's store. Holy shit. It's like that restaurant in Vegas where you gotta be, if you're 250 pounds, you eat for free. It's like you have to be a certain size where they let you in the door.
Oh, big and tall.
I could never get in. What do you think you're doing? No. Keep it moving,
yeah,
bud.
Tall. Yeah, tall. Exactly. Go ahead. Big and tall Reese's. First of all, it's Reese's. Go fuck yourself. Keep going.
Keep going with what? The next division?
Yeah,
205.
List. 205 is a fucking mess.
Well, you think it's Glover because you think he's going to win.
I think Glover wins and retires.
He said he's not, right? Or was that him that said he's not? I can't remember.
Oh, he might have.
I think he said, I'm not going to. I'm pretty sure there's a quote that said, I'm not going to win and retire.
He probably had to sign that. That was probably part of the agreement to take the fight. Because if you're the UFC, that's the problem with that's UFC's problem with him is he is dangerous, can beat people, and he's 43. But if he wins the belt in Brazil, somebody in the comment section attacked me for saying this.
Old man is going to get put out.
Somebody attacked me for saying this, but if he, forget of who you think wins, right? Let's put that aside. If Glover beats Jamal Hill in Brazil to win back the belt that he basically shouldn't have lost at 43 years old in the main event, I mean, he retires, right? You just let him retire. How could you not? That'll be the biggest moment in his career. He won't have a bigger moment. Unless they let him fight Jiri in Brazil. But by then, he'll be 44. And, it's...
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't see him beating my dude Jamal.
You attacked. Are you... Here's a genuine question. Your YouTube channel is only videos of English Hat. What the hell's his name? MMA Guru. Is this just your burner account? Or are you just a super fan? Because you're not clips of everybody in this space. It's only clips of that. It's got to be a burner account. So thanks for the view. Appreciate it. And I admire what you've done. Jacob's trying to be you, by the way. That's what Gray Shirt is.
What is going on?
Have you been the Gray Shirt's YouTube account? It is literally thousands of clips of MMA Guru. That's all it is.
Oh.
Yeah, cool. That's what the fuck I was saying, you halfwit.
Well, I didn't know. Is that a bad thing or something? I don't
Not
understand.
at all. That's why it was a genuine question. If it's his, like we have the Pix Nation account as our.
So you're
clips.
saying that Gray Shirt is MMA Guru? Is your accusation?
It was a question, not an accusation. I can really give a fuck either way. It just seems it's not a compilation of everybody's clips. It's only that one British dude.
So are you like jealous that you want him to post our clips? Is that what's happening right now? A little jealousy or something?
I am jealous of every single human being on this planet that does a little bit better than me. Absolutely. And that's how you strive to be better.
I guess.
And if you did that, you might be a little taller. All right, go ahead. That was 205. Oh, no, I didn't answer. Who do you think will be the champ at the 205 at the end of the year?
Well, hell, I think Jamal wins it, but then he can probably lose it after he wins it. It's because it's going to be, they have to give Ankalaev another shot, even though they don't want to. They have to, and I imagine it's going to be Jamal Hill versus Ankalaev, and Ankalaev's probably going to beat him.
I mean, the answer is probably Ankalaev, but he kind of looked like shit in his last fight. He gave up the first few.
He looks.
He won the fight. I think we both agree he won that fight, right?
Yeah, he won the fight.
We watched it
he
together.
did what he needed to do. Yeah, he did what he needed to do.
Kutalaba, probably. He's dangerous. Yeah, 205 is a hot mess. It's interesting because back in the day, if you were a UFC
Dude,
fan,
could be Krylov randomly. Dude, Krylov does some wild shit. He's exciting. Who's he fighting next?
well, in that division, it just takes 3 wins in a row and you get a title
Oh,
shot.
it's Paul Craig, right? Isn't he fighting? No, he already fought Paul Craig. Who's he fighting?
You know who it is? Dude, who's that random? There's some. Oh, man, I looked at it today. Hold on. There's some random light heavyweight. Here we go. Oh, wait, this is of all time. I just looked at it today. There's some random light heavyweight that I completely forgot is just dominating in that weight class. Fuck. Let me check my browser history. Hold on. You keep talking. I'm going to find it.
I mean,
well, who do you think?
In the top 15? I have the top 15 in front of me.
No, it wasn't in the top 15. So we do shorts, and Josh puts together the shorts, and he was like, who should I watch? Who should I list on the hold on. I'll find it. But don't make me sit here and silence talk.
Well, it's kind of your thing, you know. I'm not just somebody that is just funny when you want me to be funny. It's something that I'm born with, definitely, and definitely something I excel at. But just to be put on the spot like that, I think sometimes I really struggle in those moments to find something to be funny about. You know, it's not lack of imagination, it's not lack of creativity, certainly not lack of effort, but I'm just sick of the fucking Jesus Christ.
You're a legit mess.
God.
You are a legit mess.
Jesus Christ. I almost just rubbed my stitches out because I don't even know what the hell's going on anymore.
All right, well, I can't find it, but there was some light heavyweight.
That you think is going to be champ, but you don't even know his name?
Not that I think is going to be champ, because I think light heavyweight is a hot mess of a division. Back in the day, Tito Ortiz, Chuck Liddell, Randy Couture, Vitor Belfort. That was the glory days of the light heavyweight division. They could all beat each other. They were all killers. They kicked the living shit out of every single person. That was like just an awesome era. Now the light heavyweight division, the top 10 can beat each other. There's not like that one wild dominant force since John Jones that is just going to blow through every single human being. Everybody thought it was going to be Ankalaev, and that dude just gave up 2 rounds like it was nothing. Super chat, 449 again from Ali Dagnall taking.
It's Ryan Spann is who he's fighting.
Who's fighting?
Nobody
Ryan
in the chat. Nikita Krylov.
Oh.
Ali said, about future champs. If Krylov beats Spann, and then he gets another, let's say, early summer, beats that guy, could be Krylov. He's good, man. He's tenacious.
Ali said, messed up my last chat. I was out in the London cards this year and will be at UFC 286 in March. Do you think Leon and Usman have to be the main event? I'll let you answer that. You're a giant Usman fan or a Leon fan. Thank you very much. Ali, which is a very British name. I could have pegged your nationality just off the name.
Who said that that Usman had hand surgery? I guess he didn't have hand surgery because he was supposed to be out because of hand surgery, and then they're talking about the Jorge stuff. Honestly, I hope Leon just fights Jorge. It just beats the absolute living shit out of him, and we can get rid of Jorge finally. Because why the hell is he even relevant anymore?
I actually agree with that quite a bit. Jorge Masvidal's shtick is gone and annoying as piss, dude. It was awesome. Listen, Fight Island, him versus Usman carried all of us through COVID, right? That event, how excited were we for that? It was a shitty fight, but it wasn't his fault that it was a shitty fight. But like the way he beat Nate Diaz, the way like he was awesome. He had the world by the balls, making a fortune. He immediately became the Nate Diaz, but with more skill, right? He immediately became that draw, the I don't give a shit, I'll say and do whatever I want draw. And then just turned it. He turned into him. It literally all started from cracking Leon in the mouth backstage. That's what kicked off his career. Then not his career, because that dude has fought everybody on planet Earth for 20 years. But that's
Well,
what
knocking out. I mean, before that
Yeah,
happened was
Askren
he
is
knocks
what-
out Till, and then the post-fight interview that
Yes.
happens, and then that springboarded him into okay, let's
then he
let
needs
Ben
Ben
Askren
Askren.
run through this guy because
Yeah.
Jorge is now becoming a name. And the plan was not to make Jorge the name.
No.
The plan
No.
was for Askren to fight this dude that doesn't know how to wrestle and just to take him down and just maul because Jorge kind of was making a name for himself. Okay, let's bring in Ben Askren, the new prospect, to beat this guy that's got a name. Now Ben Askren is the undefeated fighter, just beat a hot new prospect that's just knocked out Darren Till in England, and it's supposed to be Ben Askren's moment, and it would have been if that knee would have missed by just a little bit because he was going to get mauled. He was going to get absolutely mauled by Ben Askren in that fight.
No, 100%. And it's funny because a lot of people, Demetrius Johnson was just on Joe Rogan's show, and a lot of people, no, I am not talking about Ulberg. I'll find it. A lot of people talk about that trade because that was a trade, the first major trade in MMA. They traded DJ for Ben Askren, and people were like, what a terrible trade. DJ was the best to ever do. It was probably the most financially rewarding decision the UFC has ever made. Okay, DJ was awesome, the best to ever do it at that weight class. He wasn't really a draw. I would have loved if he stayed in the UFC for sure, but bringing Ben Askren in the way that Ben Askren beat Robbie Lawler, huge. Then the way that Ben Askren lost to George Masvidal set up almost everything we have now. The BMF belt only exists because of that. That fight was huge. George Masvidal is still their biggest draw. You know he's still their biggest draw? He's still the UFC's biggest draw, considering Conor doesn't exist.
I could see it.
And it was all because of that trade. Without the trade, none of that happened. So it's like, yeah, you could just go skill for skill. Oh, Ben Askren fought 3 times and left. Because that Damian Maia fight was embarrassing as shit. But it's like, you don't look at those 3 fights. Look at all of George Masvidal's fights after that.
Well, it's so funny because like even the press conference, I think like the Robbie Lawler press conference and stuff, he's like just screaming at Dana to let him fight Khabib. He's like, let me fight Khabib. He's like, I'll be on Khabib's back for 25 minutes waving the American flag. Dana, let me fight Khabib. Let me do it for America.
Yeah,
would have been interesting. Probably would have been more interesting than people would have expected, but I don't know at this point. Because you're a big Askren guy as far as his scrambling ability and all that stuff. So I don't know if you have success against those Dagestanis or not.
No, I'm definitely a big Ben Askren fan. Have been for a long time. Just from wrestled most of my life, so that has helped. Hold on, I found the article. Hold on.
We do have a $4.99 from Bub Collins. He says, "Yo, Angelo, how much weight have you gained in the past 3 weeks? Is there something wrong with your face?"
I was like, this motherfucker didn't say that. Yo, Angelo.
Yo, Angelo, who are a few of your favorite current fighters? We know Jacob's, but I don't think we've ever heard yours. Never change, Jacob. You are a funny dude. And that actually was in there. That actually was in there.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm an old school UFC fan, so I've been a UFC fan for a very long time. Hold on. I'm going to do this. Well, whatever. I'll leave it. I was going to swap me and you. I've been a UFC fan since the jump. Thank you very much, Bub. I've been a UFC fan since the jump. My cousins had a D-Scrambler. They lived in Queens, New York. They had a D-Scrambler. So back in the day, they had a D-Scrambler. So back in the day, you'd get the porn, the pay-per-view. It was all on a channel, and it was scrambled. You could hear it perfectly, but it was scrambled. They had a D-Scrambler, and I remember in the early 90s watching UFC at their house. Watching UFC at their house on the D-Scrambler. So I've seen every single UFC event. So like my all-time favorites, you know who I have like 3 that you could say are all-time favorites. Tito Ortiz is probably...
He said a few of your favorite current fighters, and now you're talking about fighters from the 90s.
I didn't notice current. Okay, well, I'm going to answer.
God.
I'm going to answer both. All-time, Vitor Belfort, Tito Ortiz, Kevin Randleman. That's all-time.
Wow, you left a certain guy out that was a little surprising because you call him the GOAT.
Who?
Not GSP.
Anderson Silva?
The other little twerp you like.
Matt Hughes? Anderson Silva? Who?
He got smoked by Ryan Hall. I know that. I mean, he got fucking smoked by Ryan Hall. Your boy BJ Penn, baby.
Oh, I loved BJ Penn, but he's not an all-timer. But I did. He's definitely. I mean, BJ Penn's probably number 4. BJ Penn's probably number 4.
See, I know
he came on a little later though. BJ Penn came on a little later. Tito Ortiz was in tournaments. He was an OG. Vitor Belfort tournaments. People who say tournament, like all my in-laws.
Hey, tournaments. Hey, you go to the tournaments.
This was a great, and I'll answer my current fighters. This was a great exchange. When I first, so my wife is a Texan. She, her in-laws all have Southern accents, and they're all Texans, and they say tournament, TURN, tournament. So I always will say tournament. I coach wrestling. I've wrestled my whole life. It's tournament, and it's spelled that way. And I'm like, dude, why do you? They would say this to me. Why do you keep saying like that? It's tournament. And I say, if you go on vacation, do you say tour guide or tour guide? And it was literal dead silence. Literal dead silence. All right, get the fuck out of here, Jacob. Go compose yourself. A little bit of an inside joke in there that none of you got except Jacob. So he's dealing with that. Current favorite fighters today, I would say John Jones if he's still active for sure. Who else do I root for big time? Well, Glover. I'd say Glover, John Jones, and giant Ilya Taporia fan, I guess. Fucking Jacob, who knows if that dork's coming back? Absolute buffoon. Was I thinking of Alishkab Kryzhayev? Let's see what weight class is. Is that what I was thinking of? Hold on. Let's see. Hey, how you doing? You back? He's a middleweight.
Yeah, just had a little sneezing fit there.
Yeah, I bet you did. I bet you did.
Who did you say your favorite fighters were? I heard Ilya at the end.
I said today, like current, probably John Jones, for sure John Jones, and Glover. And then I said, I guess I'm a big Ilya fan. I'm just trying to think of who I root for big time, like now.
Chris Curtis.
That dude, talk about petty. He will comment on every single video we make of him, only if he wins. He didn't comment on the Jack Hermanson videos. Nothing then. He only commented on
Jack
the videos.
wouldn't fight him.
He only comments on the videos that I pick against him. Those are the ones he comments on. Every single one. Which means he's watching hundreds of YouTube videos. He's Googling himself, first of all, which is funny. Then watching and then commenting. And Jacob always says fighters are mental midgets. And it's just because they all attack Jacob based on what he says. Bub Collins.
They love me.
Go get the hat with the... Who said all those things about you? Ugly Man Joe?
I can't even remember his name, but I'm sure he remembers mine.
$4.99 for Bub Collins. One more. I think Fedor is the best heavyweight of all time. What are your thoughts? Listen, thank you for the $5. Absolutely not.
What's with the controversy between Dana? Because I wasn't watching the UFC back then, so everyone wanted him in the UFC, and Dana just didn't want to sign him.
Nope, that's not what happened. And I didn't mean that. Like I said that condescending. I didn't mean that.
No, fuck it. I don't give a shit.
No. So what happened? First of all, let me answer Bubs. I do not think Fedor. I watched all the Pride. I've seen everything. I do not think Fedor is the greatest heavyweight of all time. He was an impressive heavyweight. He did amazing things. He had insane power. The Sambo was impressive. He would have gotten smoked in the UFC. Look what Kevin Randleman did to him. Granted, he was he armbarred? Kevin Randleman, have you seen the gif of Kevin Randleman slamming Fedor. It's a
No.
miracle that dude's neck didn't break. Straight up miracle. Google it while I'm talking about it. It's a miracle. But what happened back in the day was Fedor had like Russia behind him, the entire country. So when the UFC tried to sign him, essentially it wasn't just a sign the fighter, pay the fighter. It came with all sorts of conditions like you need to promote an event in Russia and we will be the co-promoter. And like all these things, like Fedor had like a business and that business attached itself to the UFC and all of a sudden.
So basically what he did
UFC.
with Conor, with all of Conor stuff. Conor had his own promotion. Conor did his own stuff. So eventually he did.
It's what they did with Conor, but they only did that with Conor with boxing. They didn't do that with UFC. There's no UFC Ireland event co-promoted by McGregor, whatever. And that was what the conditions were with Fedor. That's why the Fedor thing never happened. But
Proper 12 is official Irish whiskey
there's definitely. But those are just negotiate. The UFC would have agreed to some stupid shit like that. Oh, we'll put your logo on the cage, but that's not what they wanted. They wanted straight up co-promotion of events that he was on. And keep in mind, talk about Fedor being the greatest of all time. He was not old when fucking Dan Henderson beat the shit out of him. Dan Henderson beat the shit out of Fedor, and Fedor wasn't like 40.
Fedor?
What
the hell is a Fedor?
Dude, he was a ton of fun to watch. Stupid dangerous. Fedor is a great heavyweight.
Why do you keep calling him Fedor?
I'm not saying Fedor. So Fabricio Verdum smoked his ass in 2010. And Fedor is, what year was he born?
74.
76. Oh, Jesus Christ. He's 46 years old. 2010 was how long ago? 12 years?
It's good math there. Almost 13 next week. You know what I mean? Hey, guys. Hey, we'll see you next year.
So he was 34. He was 34 years old when Fabricio Verdum beat his ass. 34 to heavyweight is young. Let's just read through Fedor's list. The first 11 names are people you've never heard of. Ever. None of these people have winning records. Then he beat Nagaro. Nagaro was a good win. Then he beat Gary Goodrich. That is not a good win. Gary Goodrich, nothing. Mark Coleman was only a wrestler. Kevin Randleman, that actually was a good win. Kevin Randleman almost killed him. Then he beat two more Nagaros. He beat Crow Cop, which is a very good win. Mark Hunt, not a great win. It was just a submission. Andrei Arlovsky was a very good win, but he was beating Andre, and that was when Andre had no chin, and then the wheels came off. Verdum beat him. Bigfoot Silva beat him. Middleweight Dan Henderson beat the shit out of him. Then he went back to beating washed-up names. Matt Mitrione beat him. Like, Fedor is not the greatest of all time. Sorry, go ahead, Jacob. I see we lost your interest answering
I just don't know why you keep calling him Fedor.
Question.
That's pretty.
That's the name of all the names I've butchered. We called her Monster Rat Ruiz. And you're worried about Fedor instead of Fedor? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's the stuff. Say something while I eat this.
Well, I eat on the stream all the time and still am able to push through the atmosphere of talking and eating. So let's see if you can do the same here.
Dude, we'll just turn this to an eating review channel because shit. There's that one dude on TikTok. I don't know his name, but he's actually a professional fighter, lives in Vegas, eats all the food, sits in little kid chairs. He does a great job. I would do a good job too. I like food. You know what, TikTok? And I've been sending them to you recently. You know what, TikTok? I've been getting King of Queens. And I love it.
It's a good show.
I found King of Queens TikTok.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah, Shavkat. These are the European odds, obviously. He opened. We saw him at I think minus 315 was the earliest we saw him, and now that's ballooned up, and it seems to be coming back down, as Jacob said. At minus 400, I think he's a parlay piece, not a money line piece, but definitely a parlay piece. At minus 400, at minus 500, it's a lot of money. I'll sit here silent as fuck. This is, you know what I learned?
I mean, this is, you said, I mean, this is very, there are very strict instructions that this was your thing, and you handle your thing. I'm just here. I'm just here to answer if people are going to call in. Now, this is your call-in show with no callers, so you got to figure out what the fuck's going on.
No call-ins. I think people are afraid to be on camera. We had 8 call-ins the first time, but no big deal. The one of the best, it's not an anecdote, it's not a piece of advice, but awkward silence. It was about how weak-minded people can't handle awkward silence. So if you're like in a tense situation, or what like therapists do, they'll just sit there silently, and you'll just feel like you need to fill that void with something, and you just
keep
start
talking.
spewing, not you just
that. Yeah.
Where ever since I've heard that, I will just I will
You think
also
everyone's testing
sit.
you?
I will also sit in dead fucking.
Someone else watched that same TikTok. They're like, "Ooh, I wonder if I'm more mentally strong than this guy."
Well, like anytime, like we have,
Do you want to sit here and see how long? See who talks first?
No, because it's like a known thing now. It's not like an awkward conversation, and like where it would work is if you asked me a question, I answered it, and that was the end of it.
Oh, I would sit here all day.
Well, and that's when it would become a thing of like, oh, I need to fill the void.
Well, I guarantee you would have, because this is your thing.
It depends on the situation. If I'm aware of what's going on, no, fuck you. You're not going to beat me. Just like if I make awkward eye contact with my fucking shithead dog, I'm not breaking that eye contact. Absolutely, under no circumstances am I going to break that eye contact with that dog.
You getting staring contests with your dog?
No, like you never yell at you. Well, oh, your dog's a sweet angel. Your dog never does anything wrong. You look at him like, stop it, and just look him dead in the eyes, and then you can't break, because if you break, then they're the alpha. I don't watch hockey.
Weirdo,
My name is Angelo. I am from Northeast America. Nothing about my life indicates that I watch hockey. Although we did just get a box at a Rangers game. What is that?
What does that mean? You're saying Northeast people don't play hockey?
No, I know. Between the Rangers and the Bruins, it was more of a Canada joke there. But I don't watch hockey, but I will catch.
Yeah, that's a great question. That's a good timing on that question, WW. How many drinks have you had tonight?
This is my third of these infinity cups. If you like alcohol, get yourself the infinity cups. They're not cheap.
I had a bet on Sean winning. What the fuck are you talking about?
Wait, hold on. I'll pin it. Yeah, you are an absolute moron, because Jacob literally made money on Sean winning.
Minus plus 370.
And first of all, he didn't win that fight. So Jacob actually made money on it, and he didn't win the fight. So everything about your comment is pathetic. Crying, laughing emoji. Schmuck. I agree. Bub gets it. Schmuck. Angelo being a wrestling guy. Do you know who Logan Stieber is? I do know who Logan Stieber is.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he's a friend of the family. He was just over at Christmas. He dated my sister for a little bit.
He dated your sister? She got wrecked. That dude definitely has a hammer. But I do know that I don't know Logan Stieber, but I do know who Logan Stieber is. That's awesome.
Angelo does hate Canada. That's correct. Is there a term for hating Canada?
Man, it's just called American pride, baby.
It's called freedom, motherfucker.
They're just as free. Have all the same shit that we have. Just colder, though. It's just fucking colder. I have no issue with Canada. Who would have an issue with Canada other than truckers? Truckers hate Canadians. Other than truckers, who would have an issues with Canada?
I don't know. Maple trees?
Vermont. I mean, Vermont cranks out maple syrup. We do a big fan. I'm not even in the fantasy football league. Bub, are you a premium member? If you're a premium member on YouTube, just go to the community tab and there's a link. If you're a premium member on the website and you link your Discord in the premium Discord, there's a link.
I think he beats Aljo too, honestly.
Man, I'm the worst person to ask this question because I don't like either one of them. I don't
hate
like
Aljo. Aljo's wrestling is not good. Or his takedowns, I should say. His wrestling, his grappling is very, very good. His takedowns are awful. And you saw how good Sean's takedown defense is. I mean, it was pretty good takedown defense a number of times
He's
versus
just
Piotr.
so fucking big, dude. Aljo's so big.
Aljo, I mean, Sean is a big dude.
I know. Listen, I think Sean is one of the most overrated guys in the division, but he showed he's tough. I did not expect that toughness. Did you? I don't think anybody expected him to be that tough.
No. Well, because we saw him in that moment against Cheeto.
He folded.
He had a hurt ankle, but he's in his guard, right? I mean, he's not even trying to pull a guard on this guy's hand. He basically he looked like a quitter. But I think that was, a lot of times those are make or break moments for fighters. And in that moment he broke, right? In that moment he broke, but maybe he just got so embarrassed because of that it actually just kind of flipped a switch for him. And it's better to lose then than figure that out in like a title fight or whatever. So, maybe he got the kind of the toughness pushed out of him by Cheeto. And if Sean were to fight, win the belt, and then it's Sean and Cheeto too for the belt, that's a huge fucking fight, man.
I already broke down the Cheeto Sandhagen fight. It's on the Picks Nation channel. I posted it here. My breakdown essentially was Cheeto Vera is at a high level, right? He beat all the lower.
Let's preface this by saying that you hate Cheeto as well. You hate all the 135ers.
I
except for Henry.
It. I love Dominic Cruz too. I picked against Henry. Anyway, I opened that breakdown by saying I'm not a Cheeto fan, but I love watching him fight. I recognize the power, but he was losing to Frankie Edgar before the kick. Getting his ass kicked by Dominic Cruz. I don't think he won a single minute of that fight until he landed that kick. And Rob Font doubled his strikes, but wore the damage. So my breakdown essentially was, I think Corey Sandhagen can beat Cheeto Vera. I think he's got a better chin than Cruz and what the fuck's his name? Jersey boy. Yeah, there you go. I think, and I see that, Bub. I'll get you in a second. I think so. Sandhagen has a better chin than Dominic Cruz and Frankie Edgar, and he's not going to wear the damage or absorb the damage that Rob Font did. So I think Corey Sandhagen wins that fight. But as a fan of the sport, we need Cheeto to win the fight. We need Cheeto to win the fight. As a fan of the sport, we need Cheeto to win that fight so we can get Cheeto. Sean, Cheeto versus anybody is a bigger fight than Corey versus anybody. I'm done with Corey Sandhagen. There's only so many title fights you can lose before I stop giving a shit, and I stopped giving a shit. That was my breakdown on that fight. So I assume we agree on that.
I'm a Corey Sandhagen fan, and I'm not like a Cheeto hater like Angelo. The guy absolutely despises this guy for whatever reason. He seems like a nice guy, nice family guy. He seems like a nice family guy to me, but for some reason, Cheeto, this guy hates your guts. So I'm kind of, a little bit, I'm not a big Cheeto fan. I do like Corey. I haven't broken this fight down completely with film and everything, but off the top of my head, when I'm just imagining the fight, I think Cheeto smokes him. At this point, I'm all the way on the Cheeto train until someone proves that they can come in and beat this guy.
Jose Aldo just did it. Jose Aldo just did it.
I'm just saying, he's not Jose Aldo.
And you're right. That's a fair statement. My issue with Cheeto is it's the same issue I have with Paul Craig, right? It's you can't get your ass kicked for most of a fight and then just pull it out with 1 second left and then expect me to be like, you're the better fighter, because you're not the better fighter. You had the better moment in that fight. Cheeto versus Dominic Cruz. If you watch that fight, first of all, if that's a 3-round fight, Dominic Cruz beat his ass. Beat his ass to a unanimous 30-27. Nobody would dispute that. But it's a little longer. And Cheeto eventually lands that kick. So, but you can't leave that fight being like, oh, Cheeto's the better fighter. Cheeto's better than Dominic Cruz. How could you leave that fight thinking that? He's not. He got his ass kicked the whole time, except for one kick. And then it's like, well, but that's the point. And that's what annoys me about YouTube comment sections. Bub Collins, $2 super chat. Jacob, you think D Jackson beats Ige? Damian Jackson.
Dan Ige. Dan Ige was like my dark horse 145 or 50K Dan Ige. I'm a big Dan Ige guy, but I gotta, when you're smoking Pat Sabatini, you take that crown and you take that torch and you run with it. So I'll be riding on Damon Jackson until the wheels fall off for sure.
I picked him in this fight. I will say Dan Ige, because if you look at in my breakdown, I talk about the recent level of competition. Pat Sabatini is a very good, he is very good. Outside of Pat Sabatini, Damon Jackson fought nobody, and Dan Ige just fought like all ranked opponents. And they're all close losses. Not close, but he's not getting knocked out. You know what I mean?
He's a tough dude.
He's very tough, and he's good fucking everywhere.
He's pretty good everywhere.
Correct. He's not amazing anywhere. Oh, yeah.
Damien can be a pretty relentless grappler. Pretty relentless.
I thought I picked Pat Sabatini to win, but I was very...
Not me. That was such a stupid... what were you thinking? I tried to tell everyone. Damon Jackson, the leech, is going to... I said Pat Sabatini had a hole in the striking, and Damon Jackson proved me absolutely right and knocked that clown out. And I can't believe anyone that thought Pat Sabatini was going to win that fight.
This is why we need an editor. If anybody's watching here that wants to join the team unpaid and be an editor, just do me a favor. Go back to Jacob's Lock of the Week video with Pat Sabatini. Edit that with what he just said. Smash them together. Do some viral TikTok sound. Bang. Gold. Do that. I don't have time for it. Do that. But I agreed with you. I thought Pat Sabatini was going to win, but I was also very like, listen, Damon Jackson could win. He could come in here, relentlessly grapple and win this fight. That's not how he fucking won, though, obviously. But that is how I think he beats Dan Ige, though. Just relentless grappling. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. You agree with Do you ever worry about the shit you say? I mean, you and I both... We live 15 minutes from each other. You're in Frisco. I'm in Prosper. But people don't know our addresses. No big deal. We're not that far from, what's that shit gym where everybody's losing? Fortis. We're not that far. We're not that far. We're not that far from Fortis to the point where literally we could bump into people at the Frisco Costco. Where Jeff Neal got his DUI is 15 minutes from my house. Not even. Jeff Neal got his DUI. His DUI in McKinney. McKinney and Prosper touch. So we're not that far, and you're going to be recognizable now with this giant scar if you want to show the people the scar, and maybe there's some girls watching and they'll feel bad for you. I'm recognizable because I'm a large human, but are you ever worried about...
What are you saying? Like, I'm going to run into them, they're going to beat me up? Beat me up?
I mean, on Twitter, they
like. Are you? I mean, if you're that weak-minded that you can't take a little bit of criticism, do you know what people say about like LeBron James or Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady every single week? I mean, they just rip them to shreds. And if you think me just saying like, that was with what's his name, the ugly man, when I said, both these guys kind of suck. If you don't want to suck, then don't suck. It turns out he did suck, so I was absolutely right in what I said. But, I mean, if you're that weak-minded that you're going to be like, oh, I'm going to find you and beat you up because you said I wasn't a good fighter, go fuck yourself. I don't give a shit.
First of all, the pretzel Reese's, it's not as good as the potato chip. Potato chip's better. I agree with you. But I think we've established a lot of these people are very weak-minded the way they... Joe Ugly Man literally threatened to kick your ass, did he not?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You must worry a little bit.
I mean, if that's what he's going to do, that's what he's going to do. What's he going to prove a point? You're a professional fighder. I've never fought a day in my life, except for my fight with cancer. And then, what are you going to do? So you're going to prove that you can beat me up? I mean, you try to beat people up that you're supposed to beat up because you can't do that. So why are you focused on me? Jesus Christ. Like, what do they think they're going to prove? They're going to that's what Sean Strickland does. But Sean Strickland does it to people that talk shit to him and say, hey, I'll spar you, whatever. Then he beats up. So I have no issue with that. But if you're like the guy that's going to chase me down and, I'm a professional fighter, I'm going to knock you out. I would hope that is what would happen. But I don't know what you're accomplishing with it.
Sean Strickland's is a mutual.
Yeah, no issue with that.
A quick. Well, first, let me get the Bubs, and then I got a couple things. One, Bubs, $2. Angelo, you watched The Sopranos? I did.
Hey, I'm not a Soprano.
That's not how that goes. I don't watch it over and over and over. I'm not a Sopranos fanboy. I watched the whole thing. I'm from Connecticut. My best friend, sorry, Jacob. My best friend lives in Jersey.
What?
Is this when you're finding out you're not my best friend?
I don't even listen to what you're saying. I just heard my name, so I said what?
If this was a sitcom, Eclipse, see you in bed, sad as fuck. Anyway,
with the meme Spider-Man picture, where he's like got his finger on the picture, like I miss him so much.
But one of my good friends outside of this online world lives in Jersey, and anytime I drove to his place, he lives in Fairhaven, I would pass all the shit in the Sopranos intro, like "one morning, or a boom in my eye," like all that shit. So I like The Sopranos a little slower than I would have liked. I have not seen the prequel movie. Thank you for the super chat. Oh fuck! I lost my complete train of fucking thought with that.
Jesus Christ! You saw Gabagool in the chat, and you
I saw
were just
fucking Ghoul. I went bananas. Oh Jesus Christ!
Yes, this shit is bananas. B-A-N-A-N.
Man, I had something good too. God damn it.
Look around. Maybe it's flying through the air.
No, I don't remember. Oh, fuck. Because we were talking about mentally weak and this.
See if you can cough it up. Maybe you ate that thought with everything else.
I've had 3 Reese's peanut butter cups. That's not that many.
Those are not regular cups, man.
Yeah, they're filled with
potatoes. Fucking idiot.
How comes your bottom? Jesus Christ. I was going to read that out loud. Decided not to. For no joke. So my mom is not from this country. My mom's off the boat Italian.
From?
Take a wild Israel. A lot of people think I'm Jewish, so that's not that crazy of a statement. But my mom's not from this country, so I've grown up eating fucking every Italian dish you can imagine. The one and only food I will not touch, eggplant. I'll eat mushrooms. I don't like mushrooms. I'll eat mushrooms. I won't eat eggplant rollatini. I don't give a fuck. People slice it, batter it, fry it like chicken, and then wrap it in ham, and then fry it the fuck again and pretend that's... Why are you even eating eggplant? Eggplant parm, just make fucking... If you're not a vegetarian, make chickplant... First of all, you're not. If you put cheese on it, you're not a vegan. Why the fuck don't you just eat chicken parm? Why are we pretending eggplant is an acceptable replacement for chicken? I hate eggplant. It is disgusting. I don't eat it. Have you ever had an eggplant?
Well, it's coming across a little homophobic.
and racist. But no,
because the eggplant emoji is what that is what it is, and you're so anti eggplant. Sometimes I get a little eggplant if it's late on a Friday night. I might take a little eggplant.
I legit I see the comment.
Did that go? No, did that go just what I said just way over your head?
Oh, I was too busy reading nasty comments.
Yeah, I think it just went way over your head.
I legit eggplant is disgusting. I legit hate eggplant. My mom would jar it. I've had it's disgusting in any form or fashion.
I mean, some eggplants can be pretty jarring.
Eggplant is the eggplant in Italian is the word that's used to be derogatory towards black people. Oh. It's a very harmful word in Italian. So I'm not on the eggplant train. It's fucking gross though.
So how do we transition out of this one? How do we transition out of that?
Even this
to a dark place. Jesus.
Depends how you cook it. I disagree. I don't give a fuck. I just mentioned they wrap it in, they fry it, wrap ham around it, fry it again, call it rollatini, still sucks. They put cheese and sauce on it, call it eggplant parm, still sucks. Eggplant fucking sucks. It's disgusting. Eggplant's fucking stupid as shit. I don't remember what I was going to say before, but you know what, Jacob?
What, you ended or something?
Oh. No, it is what it is. I'm debating between a refill or no refill. I'll tell you that much. I still think you should take jiu-jitsu. I don't know why you won't go to a jiu-jitsu class.
Because I like if I'm gonna be wrestling with sweaty men, I like to be paid for it, Angelo. I'm not paying nobody to wrestle with me. That's why they pay me, baby.
Who paid you?
People out of your tax bracket.
I think if you really want to improve your insight, your knowledge.
I've been watching UFC for 2 years. I know, if you hear me on Saturday live streams, I walk everyone step by step into each submission. There's an arm bar here, there's a head and arm here, there's a Kimura here. They need to do this to get this. They got to go off to the side. Can't get him out. That's not tight. This is tight. No hooks in. That's on the chin. This is just palm to palm. You need to do this. I got it all down. The only thing I don't know, that even when the commentators don't know half the time, because I see them getting it confused too. Bisping, I think Fedor's got it messed up, is between an anaconda and a darce. Because every time somebody says the wrong one, the other one's like, no, that's an anaconda. It's an anaconda. Because it's the way you roll, right? So it depends on which way you roll.
Correct. Which way your hips go. Yeah. But you only know that stuff literally because of me in watching fights with me and the shit that I say. And good for you for absorbing it.
I absorb
turning
everything.
it into knowledge, and then
I absorb everything.
We did hit that rough streak where me, you, Casey, Bryce, and Taylor and Bo were watching fights, and there was like 5 fights in a row. I'd be like, "That's not deep. That's nothing."
That's not even. You say that's not even close. That's not even close. Because you hear Joe Rogan, oh, that's in. Angelo in the back of the room, legs kicked up with the potato chips and a big ass cup of wine. So that's not even close. A second later, the guy's like, oh my God, get me out of here. That's not even close. It's like, what are you talking about? The guy's face is purple.
The best part about the big ass cup of wine comment, first of all, so, like, I'm from Connecticut. I'm from the Northeast. My friend,
again, man, I don't think they know. Fuck.
Well,
man.
The dynamic between being from there and living here in Texas is a dynamic.
Nobody gives a shit that you're from Connecticut. Nobody gives
People
a
here
shit.
do. People here do, and that's where I'm going with this. Nobody gives a fuck what you drink up there. Whatever's cheapest. Nobody gives a fuck. Right?
Well,
like, obviously,
when I go to Martha's Vineyard, they only have the good of the good.
What state is Martha's Vineyard in, Jacob?
Yeah. Nice try, bud.
That's
I'm
what I
not
thought.
going to let you know where. I don't want your riffraff
What
showing up there.
state is Martha's
I don't
Vineyard?
want your wine, your boxed wine drinking ass, and my Martha's Vineyard. Get the fuck
That's what
out
I
of
thought.
here.
That's what I
Get the
thought.
fuck
Okay,
out of here.
that tells you everything you need to know about Junior Jacob over here. You can't even go to Martha's Vineyard. Your skin is allergic to the sun. You fucking weak genes. Anyway,
Little soon on that one.
fuck off.
Stitches are still fresh. See, guys.
Yeah, that's weak genes. Anybody wants to know what weak genes look like? Go ahead, show them again.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Okay.
More camera.
Oh, this side? Yeah, sure. This side. This side.
Note
Okay.
the black eye as well.
The doctor said, "Hey, we got to put you to sleep." I said, "Is there anything cheaper?" He said, "Yeah, this thing right here, buddy." And that's how he did it. Saved me $5,000.
So you got knocked out cold by a surgeon?
He was actually, you know, it's funny that I said that. He did say he boxed in college because I was talking about the UFC and stuff.
What was his
'Cause I
name?
like,
What was
I'm
his first name?
He was like, "I think I recognize you." I was like, "I'm the Freckles Salamander." He's like, "Oh my god, the Freckles Salamander."
He goes, so
But he said he
I'm
boxed in
assuming
college.
we're here for shin enhancement surgery. Because you're short as fuck. That's what I thought. Anyway, back to my story. I drink wine. I drink wine because the wine that I drink is like 17, 18% alcohol. I moved to Texas and my in-laws, who are Texans, they're all fucking 6'4". Tiffany's other brother's fucking 6'6" or some stupid shit. My neighbor 2 doors down that watches fights is fucking 6'7", but I tell him he's only 6'2" because it drives him nuts. I drink wine. And they all shit on me, but they drink their fucking Bud Lights, Blue Cokes, as they call them. My wine has 3 times the alcohol of your fucking Bud Light. I'm not the pussy in this situation. I'm not. And that's the problem. That's the difference between Northeast and Texas right there. I'm drinking wine because you mentioned I got my big ass cup. It is a big ass cup. It's basically a 32-ounce cup filled to the brim with wine. I would sit in the reclining chair, just make stupid ass comments, devour whatever salty chips I could find. You described it perfectly when you said I would sit there with my feet kicked up, drinking my giant cup of wine. Saying,
And you had just been, the day it would have finished is if you had just been asleep for 7 minutes as well. It's like the featured fight of the main card, Angela. And then you just hear Joe yell, and he just wake up. Not even close. It's not even close.
It's not even like, oh, you drink so much. Nobody in my life has ever heard me slurring my words, drunk, stupid, forget. Like, that's just not who I am. You can make a face. You can make a face.
What?
Shut the fuck up.
What?
Never.
What?
You've seen me drunk. You've seen me like drunk, like out of control.
That's him. I mean, that's
Shut
like
the
every
fuck up.
pay-per-view.
We-
In the back of the room. That's you in the back of the room. It's like, what?
This fucking guy.
And
Last
your accent,
year,
you turn in super New York when you start
that does
talking like
dial
that.
up. It's not even that. It's just the aggression dials up. Fine.
Oh,
That's
the
alcohol.
accent starts coming out. You're like Joey Diaz after 3 wines.
Last year, I do drink whiskey, Kenny Williams. I drink a ton of whiskey, but wine is my normal go-to drink. That's my normal. It has 3 times the alcohol of beer and none of the side effects. No full stomach, no fucking, no beer shits, nothing. Worst case scenario is a headache and 2 Tylenol takes care of that. You're fucking dumb if you're not checking out wine for weekday drinking. Fucking dumb. Close-minded and stupid. Go drink 11 gallons of beer.
I will
you know how
say-
many beers it takes to get fucking drunk, dude? It takes so many beers to get drunk.
My
It's
trip
stupid.
to Napa, ladies, if you're listening. My trip to Napa last year, I was forced to drink. That was the first time I drank. That was the first time I drank. Well, I mean, the story was like with you, Angelo. What the fuck? This wasn't just a story. I'm talking to you, Angelo. The guy.
I'm refilling my wine. Go ahead. I'm listening.
I'm like having a conversation with you, and he just.
I'm listening. You went to Napa.
That's the most disrespectful shit I've ever seen. Holy shit. I'm just in the middle of a conversation with this guy. He just up and leaves. Holy shit. If that was real life, I don't know what I would have done later. I would have came home and... Jesus, that's the most disrespectful stuff I've ever seen. But I will say, I went to Napa for 3 days, was forced to drink wine. I don't like wine, but it's the only thing there, and you're not going to not drink a $600 bottle of wine over and over. So I was in Napa drinking wine, and every day I was able to get up and start drinking wine again. So when he talked about less hangover, it fits so facto. I think he probably nailed it with the wine stuff. So, holy shit. Now we gotta wait on him. We gotta wait on him. This is supposed to be his show, so I don't know what's going on. We just gotta wait on him. I bet he's in there.
I'm back, baby. No, I heard you. 100%. That is why I drink wine. The alcohol volume is through the roof. No side effects. None. Anyway, this show's off the rails. Who gives a fuck, right? There's no fights. I've already broken down the fights. We've got 14 units of bets for premium members. When the rest of the odds drop, we'll give you more. Somebody asked me what my favorite wine is. Here's my thing. Oh, what the fuck is this?
White Zinfandel. Barefoot White Zinfandel. It's my favorite. You just give me a box of Barefoot White Zinfandel and some Virginia Slims. Put me on the back porch in front of a fire. I'm gonna kick my feet up and have the best night of my life. Goodness gracious me.
Here's a funny wine cooler story for you. Thank you, Jordan, for the $2 super chat. In high school, my dad was out of town for whatever reason, so I had people over at the house, and like 15 people, nothing crazy, there was wine coolers in the basement fridge, and we fucking attacked those wine coolers. We drank them all. They were all gone. Then my dad came back and was like, "Where are the wine coolers? Where are the wine coolers?" And I don't know why. I blamed him on my buddy Torrance because my dad loved them and he came over all the time. And I just blamed him on him. And then I was like, "Hey, if my dad asked you, you drank those wine coolers." And he's like, "What the fuck? What? Oh, no, actually, I'm sorry. Let me back up. First,
oh my God, you're not going to be one of those guys that tells a story and then we keep going back because you forget.
No. Just a little quick. I tried to blame it on my buddy Jared, and Jared was like, "Dude, no. What if I try to get a job with your dad one day?" I was like, "Fine, whatever. Fuck it." I'm like, "Torrance, I'm going to tell my dad you drank the wine coolers. You fine with that?" He's like, "Yeah, I don't care." So I told my dad, Torrance drank the wine coolers. Jared ended up getting a job with working for my dad years later, so he made the right choice. Torrance, years later, my dad was like, "You're the thief. You're stealing my wine coolers, whatever." And then we had a good laugh. But I don't drink wine coolers anymore. I don't even know if they make them anymore. But we had them. Torrance drank them.
The sickest I've ever been is off Smirnoffs. Oh,
because that's not real.
My God.
Yeah, it's not real. Would you
19,
guys
20 years old? And that's the worst. If you've never puked up Smirnoffs, oh, it's the worst puke. Oh, it's the worst.
Have you, growing up, what was that fucking stupid drink I always make jokes about? Zima. You guys had Zima? You're a couple years younger.
I never drink it. I know what it is, but never drink it.
How old, genuine question without the fucking YouTube hate, how old do you guys think I am? I was not in high school in 1992, I'll tell you that much. How old do you think I am? How old do you think Jacob is?
Zima.
Here's the problem. Dude, you're fucking fat fuck dog just attacking the food right now.
It's pouring out. That's what you're hearing.
Oh, it sounds like the bowl's moving around.
Well, now.
All right, most of these guesses are actually within reason, except fuck you. Thank you very much, appreciate it. I'm 39. Jacob's a few years younger.
I am 24 years old.
30 and 45. Jesus Christ, I'm not gonna hang out with a 30-year-old. This dweeb, look at him.
You would if it was me. I would if it was me.
Somebody asked how we met. Well, I obviously didn't grow up with this absolute afraid of large crowds Midwest turd. We met later in life. Would you like to?
We met later in life. Oh my God. God put us together. It wasn't meant to be early. We were both young. I went my way. He went off to college, had himself a good time. And there's this, better timing later in life. And that's when we found each other. And I'm so glad we did.
I did listen to Incubus. I didn't drive a Ford, though. My first car ever was a Toyota Corolla. But I only had that for a year. And then I had a Honda Accord stick. So I drive stick like an adult man. This is what I was going to say.
Stick. I've been driving a stick for 27 years.
Okay. You literally were talking about, I've seen you drunk, you slur your words. We went to the Texas OU game thing last year. I had about 17 vodka, whatever the fucks. Drove your stupid stick-ass car home, and the whole time you were like, damn, dude, you can drive stick? This is smooth. So, no, you've never seen me drunk. You've never seen me drunk. Fucking clown.
That's, I think you just incriminated yourself.
I wasn't drunk. That's the point here.
I had 17 vodka and sodas.
Over the course of how many hours? A ton of hours. A ton of hours
drunk.
With a ton of food. Totally fine.
And what were you saying the whole time driving my car? You were like, holy shit, this car's fucking fast.
Wow, I didn't know Miatas.
I didn't know Lamborghinis. Yeah, I didn't know Lamborghinis.
Yeah.
This quick. I knew they were fast, but.
Who would have thought? Large straight man driving a Mazda Miata in Frisco. The attention I got.
See him every once in a while. I see him every once in a while. They're sharp.
Those are not straight men. Those are not straight men driving them, no.
Those are still sharp looking cars. It's usually old men or females.
Well, because the problem with the Mazda Miata and the the Chrysler Sebring, they were the most affordable convertibles. Every other convertible was expensive as fuck. So it attracted a different clientele. There was another question in here. Oh, somebody asked me what wine I drink. Here's my go-to. I need cold drinks. That's why I have this aluminum cup. These are amazing cups. If you drink alcohol, shit will stay cold forever. And they're recyclable and whatever. I like cold drinks. So you can't drink red wine with ice. Like, I'm not classless. I have a little bit of class. So
what's funny is there was a TikTok, and I'm pretty sure it was an Italian dad TikTok, and people noticed in the background that he had a wine glass, red wine with ice in it.
Yeah.
They're like, what the hell is going on here? Or something like that. Because it had nothing to do with the TikTok. People just focused on that.
I don't even remember the video you're talking about, but I remember the comment section of dad with the ice in the glass. Yeah. Oh, no, was it about the sauce? He was making sauce and it's those two older guys. And the one is always like, don't burn it. And he's like, fuck you. You're not going to tell me I'm going to burn my shit. I'm never going to burn my shit. I think it's those two guys. I know something like that. Anyway, I need cold drinks. I can only drink cold drinks. Even like I'll drink whiskey on the rocks. If it's fancy whiskey, I'll use the fake ice, the metal ice. And so I drink white wine because that's the only acceptable wine you can put on rocks. My go-to, and honestly, guys, give it a try. Boda Box Nighthawk Chardonnay. It is good. It is not sweet. It'll fucking get you. It'll get you nice. Worst case, couple town on the morning. You used to drink whiskey like a motherfucker.
Well, yeah, that was before I, gave myself up to Jesus and got sober. I mean, that was when I was rock bottom and wrecking my life. Yeah, Angela, I enjoyed whiskey. I enjoyed it a lot. Nice. But yeah, I mean, there literally was a time where I drank a fifth of whiskey a night, and I fucking loved it. And
I think that's when I met you.
I changed my life.
Isn't that when I met you?
No.
Well, because I'd be like, so I met. I'm from Connecticut. He's from Indiana.
Oh my God, are you from Connecticut or what?
Honestly, it's the greatest state to grow up in. Period. End of story. Right next to New York. Right next to Boston. On the ocean. Phenomenal food. Tons of culture. Immigrants have. It's literally a melting pot. You have all the aggression of New York, but all the class of New England because New York is not New England. It's can't beat it. Can't beat it. I can do all the things. I'll throw on a suit. I'll sit at a nice dinner. Classy Ange. I know how to order it. I know how to use the words. I'll cut it nice. I know where the fork goes. Or put me in a situation where I can negotiate price. I'm going to get a better price. You're not going to intimidate me. I'm from the Northeast. I've been yelled at by every fucking size, shape, color of human being on the planet. You're not going to intimidate me. Connecticut is by far the best place in this country to grow up in. Period. End of story. And I feel bad that my children aren't going to grow up there. Those cold ass winters, will you agree that cold winters make you hard? Although you're soft as fuck though.
No, that's not what makes me hard.
What does?
How much time
What
we
does?
got?
As much as you need.
That's what she said.
No, she didn't. Who's she? Anyway, I moved to wrestling because the mother of my children, the apple of my eye, was a traveling nurse. She's a Texan, took a gig in Connecticut. I met her in Connecticut. We were together, and she won the whole where we're going to raise our kids argument. That's how I ended up in Texas. But before Texas, I was in Florida in the same old folks community that Jacob was in. And he was walking
With
his dog.
It was me, Angelo, and a bunch of fucking Canadians. Holy shit.
He was walking his dog. I was walking mine. I said, thank God that looks like a person who's not 87 years old.
That's not when we met. Our first conversation, that was not it.
We had our dogs.
No, that was not the very first conversation. That was the next. That was like the next day. So that's when I knew it was meant to be, because it was like, you know, when you meet someone for the first time and then you see them directly after, you're like, oh my God, the universe is sending me a signal right now.
So what was the first time?
God. The first time, well, I don't want to say it now. I've said it before. I said it on the stream.
Was it at the Tiki?
No. We were you were walking down where the driveways were, and I was doing something outside that I don't want to specify.
Washing the dog?
Specifics. No, I was washing my fucking Miata. I'm out there washing my fucking Miata, and you're walking by like, hey,
and this is when Tiffany was like,
name?
"You need a gay friend." That's
yeah.
right.
You're like, what's your name? I was like, yo, hey, how you doing, man? You're like, oh my God, I'm from Connecticut, so I get the lifestyle.
I get it. I'm very accepting of all people.
But that literally is the first thing, because I remember you were walking by, because then I was like, oh, what's your dog's name? And you're like, Scout. I was like, oh, you were in the military? And you were like, fuck no, I wasn't in the military. Look at me. You kidding me? No, you were actually kind of in shape then. If you looked like that back then, I'd be like, why is this old man fucking talking to me? But you actually were kind of in shape back then.
Back then. It's been 6 years. It's not that. 7? Maybe 7 years.
Well, a lot has happened in 6 years. Look at you. I lost my virginity. Can we get some GGs in the chat? In the last 6 years, I lost my virginity.
You lost some virginity and lost cancer. You're just good for you.
Right?
It's all coming off. It's all coming off. Congratulations on all your success. All your success. But you did get some double G's. Congratulations.
Double G's.
The newer people don't even understand the double G comment. But anyway, make Angelo buff again.
Double G's.
This is what kids do to you, Alberto. This is what kids do to you. I was coaching, when I met Jacob, I was coaching wrestling in Florida and sparring that dude Shane. I posted on the Nextdoor app, I just moved here. I don't know anybody. I want to train or spar or whatever. And that guy Shane was like,
if you guys think I'm a sarcastic asshole,
you got banned from Nextdoor.
You guys should have seen the back and forth that me and Angela would have at like 11 o'clock on a Friday night with these old people I'm sure you guys have seen like the Nextdoor post, because it's like meme stuff now, as far as like when people get angry on Nextdoor and stuff and all these Karens. I mean, it was me and Angelo in a neighborhood full of Karens and Kevins. I mean, that were get angry about the stupidest shit. And me and Angelo would act like we're like piling on to the anger, super sarcastic and stuff. It was literally the best. I'm not even ashamed to say that was some of the best times of my life. Just sitting on my couch on a Friday night on Nextdoor talking to old people about just the most random shit. Why are the chairs red? I thought they were going to be blue. Yeah, why the fuck are the chairs red? Just piling on.
No, some of them were all-timers. I ran for the fucking board or whatever. I got fucking my ass kicked. But people are stupid. They don't understand logic. This is what I was going to say before. Now I remember. So I was talking to Bo, Jacob. Bo lived like 2 houses down from me. He would come over for all the fights. Me, him, Jacob, a couple other people would watch the fights. And I mentioned, I was like, tonight's our call-in show. And I said, we'll see how it goes. Maybe I turn into a Mike Francesa. And I said, you probably don't know who he is because Mike Francesa is a New York radio guy. Bo's from Oklahoma, now lives in Texas. And he goes, I do know who Mike Francesa is because the local Dallas sports radio would use him sometimes, clips of his show to be like, listen to how aggressive the New Yorkers are. We're not that mean to you. Anyway, he mentioned that Dallas sports radio show, and sorry, and I mentioned how.
My God!
No,
God.
Shut up. I mentioned how there was the show before Mike Francesa. Joe Domingo was a caller. He would call into the show, and he called in so often he became a personality. Then eventually got his own show. He got his own show in the busiest sports market in the entire country. And then Bo mentioned, yeah, that used to happen here with the Dallas show. He's like, there was irregulars like, oh, John from Denton, whatever. And he said, but then eventually the host of the show, they host fight nights. I'm getting there. They would host fight nights once a year, and they would have the callers fight each other, like a celebrity boxing thing with the people who would call into the show. And then he said one time, the host of the show, this guy would call in and troll constantly. I could do your job. You don't know shit. You're stupid. You're wrong all the time. The host of the show at the celebrity boxing beat the shit out of the dude who called in and then banned him from calling in anymore. So Kenny Williams, I'll fuck you up and ban you from this fucking show.
We do need to start timing your stories and find some way to limit those. Drop those down a little bit.
That show got there. I'll fuck Kenny up. I'll be that guy. Let's go. All for entertainment. Whoop that ass. I thought that was a cool story, though. That
spank him.
That you do that too a little too quick, with the tongue.
Spank him. Mm-hmm.
You notice how I asked what's his name if he was Guru or not, and then he left. Looks like we have a big fan, boys. First of all, I thought that was a decent story. The wine hit too hard. It literally made contextual sense. Kenny Williams saying, "Can I come spar you?" And I told a story about a radio show host who literally.
But there's nothing in. I mean, there's literally. Yeah, the payoff is right there. That's fine. But the lead up was just like. There's nothing in there to keep you engaged. You're like the story, and then he calls in, and then
you tell me. Tell me a story.
You
right
had
now.
a 6-minute fucking conversation about describing this one guy when he could have just said, "Oh yeah, there's this Mike Francesa," and then he had a guy call in. They had a fight thing, so yes, if there was a fight, boom, bam. Now you're moving on to bigger and better things. But you're a fucking clown, man. You don't know how to do it.
That's not even a good New York accent, honestly.
I mean, if you want me to go full fucking New York, I will, and I can't be blamed for what happens after that. Because if I leave anyone in tears, especially you, my guy, you know what I mean.
I probably who has offended who more in our relationship? That's
our relationship.
That's what I thought.
Our relationship.
I may have now. I attack, right? Comment section.
Because I never say mean things. I just have never said any mean things. How could I possibly offend you if I've never seen a mean word? Hand the gun.
I attack. Okay. I will go for the jugular. That's it. You got me pissed. That's it. But I don't get offended for shit. You get offended.
Well, I just don't go to the level. I don't go, my chin's always high.
I don't ever hit below the belt. I don't ever hit below the belt. Ever.
We're just on different roads. I'm on the, a lot of times I'm on the high road and you're on the low road. You know what I mean? So it's just different ways of, that's because I don't know if you guys know this, but, Angelo's from Connecticut. He's from the Northeast and they're just a little meaner up there. I'm just a super nice guy. I'm a super normal, very funny, very intelligent, very good looking, just a Midwest dude. I'm the type of guy that when I show up at your parents' house, you bring me home, they're going to be like, oh my God, Matthew, you did great. You did great with this one. You know what I mean?
What is interesting is you call this normal.
That went over your head again. You didn't listen to what I said.
I wasn't listening. I was reading the comment section. This guy Kenny thinks he's somebody. Kenny, come to Dallas.
That was a really funny line that I just produced.
Do it again. Do it again. No, do it again. Get back in character. Do it again.
No, I was talking about the parents bringing the parents. He brings me home. I meet the parents for the first time, and the parents said, "Wow, Matthew, you did great with this one." Connect it in your head,
I missed it again. I was reading Josh's comments. Josh and Kenny seem to really be going at it for some weird reason. Do it one more time. I'll pay attention. One more time.
Okay. So basically, I was saying that like when somebody brings me home, to meet the parents for the first time, the parents say, "Oh, nice one, Matthew. You did good with this one."
Oh, I get it because you drive the Miata.
Right.
He drives a Miata. That's our new thing. Honestly, we should coin that. Next generation, our generation said what? Light in the loafers, fruitcake. People are going to say, he drives a Miata. We did that. He drives a Miata. We did that.
If you want to take credit for homophobic slurs and nuances, that's on you. Couldn't be me.
When you word it like that, Jesus Christ. We'll hang out for a few more, and then we're out of here.
Do you really think you can beat up Kenny? Because I don't know. I'm kind of on Kenny's side on this one.
Here's the thing, 100% serious.
Kenny Williams sounds like kind of like a dude.
You're just being racist. Here's the thing.
No. Kenny Williams sounds like a dude. That's like a big bear paw.
Honestly, who knows what any of these people look like and act like and feel like. I know who the fuck I am. I'll break that dude's back. I don't give a fuck. And not in the
whoa, hey,
not in the bed way. Not in the bed way.
Hey, yo! Whoa! Holy shit! That was said with some fucking tenacity. There was some fucking onions behind that one. Holy shit!
Obviously, the way you reacted implies a certain.
That dude's back. Holy shit!
You know exactly what I mean.
No, I know. Yeah, I got it.
I could give a shit what some random comment section says. King Sid. Hey, Jacob. You going to open any 2022 Donruss up? Honestly, King, thank you for the $5 super chat. I thought Jacob would be doing more live streams during this break, and he's just a lazy fucktard with a half a skull.
Unfortunately, guys, last Tuesday, I was diagnosed with cancer. So that kind of put a hold on my life.
Show him the cancer. Here we go. We zoomed in. Show him the cancer. Yeah, it's fucking gone. There's nothing to show, you lazy dick.
So unfortunately, that put my life kind of had to reprioritize things and then figure out what's important to me. And, unfortunately for you guys, I did have surgery. Successful, I should say. It was, thank you for your thoughts and prayers. It was a
Then what are we talking about?
Success.
Then what are we talking about?
That was a successful surgery, and we just got to monitor it and hope it does not return. So it was successful surgery. And, but, life throws up, some curveballs. God gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers, I believe. So... that's my battle, and that war will rage on, and we will beat this together. So
How tough can it be if it took a pair of scissors and a half a knife and that was it? Gone. Forever.
I'm sorry,
gone.
I didn't realize that you were a 2-time cancer survivor.
No, I have superior genes. I don't even get it to begin with.
Okay. Oh, so now we're making fun. Not only first it was let's bash the homosexuals, and now it's let's bash the cancer patients. So
I was not born.
You say that you are better than cancer patients because you're stronger than them.
What I'm saying is I wasn't born allergic to the sun, and you were. And if all you did was a little bit of SPF, maybe
sounds
you
like victim blaming to me. Yeah, it sounds like victim blaming to me.
I didn't make you the victim. Look up. It's the sun. The sun did it.
Whoa! What kind of accusation was that? Look up.
The sun is up.
Well, you said the sun, but there's another big guy up there.
Is this ring light? Did the ring light contribute to this?
The asbestos, the fluorescent lights.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This really went off the rails. No call-ins. No call-ins is surprising. We had 8 last time. No problem. Doesn't matter to me. As long as it's an option. I don't really care. Angelo has hair on his toes. It's a weird thing to type. You're a grown... Well, maybe you're not a grown man. You could be 12. And you're like, you know what I'm going to type? Watch this one. Caps lock. Angelo. Uncaps lock. Has hair on his toes. Congratulations on all your success. Medium-sized capper. I don't know if you want to address this. I can't. I can't speak for you and your life choices.
Stay tuned.
Stay
fucking tuned. As the world turns.
Stay tuned is probably the best response you could have for that. Because you either get defensive and then it's like, oh, he's definitely gay. He's definitely gay. He's way too defensive right now.
If we hit that 10,000 subscribers, we'll make an announcement. We'll make an announcement.
We'll find out one way or another.
Dude, I 100%. The only reason I'm saying this, I saw in the chat. I 100% am pretty sure that Amanda Hebos is single now. No, I mean Christmas passed. No boyfriend pictures. No this and that. She's been posting a lot more of like I'm at the pool. I'm at the gym. I got the
You have her phone
think
number.
She's single.
You have her phone number.
I don't anymore.
Why? Oh, new phone.
New phone. But I will say,
you didn't save it?
She posted a picture. This picture, I mean, looking just absolutely adorable. And I wrote on there.
Okay.
No, did you want to tell another stupid fucking story before I get to mine?
I was gonna say honestly, I don't think she's that hot. But go ahead.
It's her personality more than anything.
It is.
Like if you just see her, boom, boom,
agree.
Yeah. But she's just bubbly. She seems like a lot of fun. Her laugh, everything.
It's contagious. I agree.
Right. She's like one of those girls, and these are the most attractive girls in my mind. If you're out there, this could be you. Let me know. Is the people that the second you meet them, you feel like you've known them fucking forever. And that's a hard thing to find. Because there's certain people that you feel comfortable around, but some girls, like instantly, you just feel like you can be open with them because it feels like you've known them forever. Amanda, and this sounds very stalkerish because I'm not saying this is about Amanda. Like I feel that way, but she seems like she could be that type of girl to where like the second you meet her. Anyway, she posts this video or this picture, and I said,
"You put a lot of thought into this, dude. That is one of."
No,
she
I did.
Seems
that's
like
just the
if we
backstory.
went to Costco, we could just skip through the aisles.
I mean, I'm a self-appointed and self-promoting helpless romantic. I love that shit. I love rom-coms. I love all that sappy
hopeless,
shit.
you fucking moron.
No, a helpless romantic.
Yeah, you said helpless. It's supposed to be hopeless.
No, I think I'm more helpless than hopeless at this point. I'm definitely more helpless than hopeless. Anyway, I said, please get back underneath my Christmas tree, is what I told Amanda Hebos. And she responded with some laughing emojis. And then Kim, she hit me with the this emoji too. Like, stay away from me. I'm gonna
That's so
kill
funny.
myself.
Big Capper, how can you stop managing? There's no money in it. I still technically manage Nick Newell, but he's not really fighting right now. So working on the movie thing and a couple other things like that, but there's no money in it. The UFC took all the money out. The only money you can make as a manager is if you're fucking huge and have champions. And actually, James Krause is a good example here.
Well, you're huge.
James Krause is a good in some places. James Krause is a good example here because
in Japan you'd be a promising up and comer.
James Krause is a good example because he in that interview with Ariel Helwani, Ariel said, "Are you making more money gambling than you are managing fighters or coaching?" And he said, "Oh God, yes." He's like, "What am I getting? 10%?" He's like, 10% of $2,000 for a whole weekend? That's nothing. That's nothing. And he's not wrong. Like, and obviously coaching and managing are different, but a lot of those gyms do both now, but there's just no money in it. Obviously, Ali makes money, but Ali's not making his money managing. Obviously, he gets a good chunk from some of the champs, but Ali is like running the PFL behind the scenes. His name just isn't on it because Nevada literally legally won't allow him to because he got caught doing unfavorable matchups for his, or actually favorable matchups for his fighters and stuff, preferential treatment. So there's just no
East
money.
Carolina win.
The Pirates.
Oh, they won 53-29. So now we need Oklahoma State to beat Wisconsin. They're up 7-3. Oh, we're going to hit this parlay, baby.
You did it. Ali, I'll tell you. So I know Ali. I've spent a lot of time with Ali. So I managed Nick Newell. I've known Nick Newell, who's also from Connecticut, for a very long time. I did a tryout for the XFC back in the day. I hosted it. Nick Newell came out, did really well. From then, I took over his career, blah, blah, blah. Ali reached out to Nick while I was managing him saying, "Hey, I'll help you out. I'll get you some fights." I spoke to Ali, and Ali's like, "I just like Nick. I'm not trying to get any money. I'll just help Nick." Ali got Nick on Contender Series, not me. Ali did that. Ali sat down with Dana White and said, "Will you put Nick Newell in the Contender Series?" And Dana White's like, "We'll give him a shot." They gave him the worst fucking matchup in history. A ridiculous wrestler. But anyway, the reason Ali manages so many
What happened
fighters,
to that guy? Because he won a couple fights after that. Once he got to the UFC, he won it because he had like cornrows at that point too.
I'll have to
What was
look
his
him
name?
up. I forget his name. Just look up Nick and
I'll
go
look
from
it up
there.
in a second. Yeah, I got it.
He was literally the wrestling coach for Team Alpha Male. Anyway, the point here is Ali, a lot of people say he's sleazy, he's a
Alex
scumbag,
Munoz.
this, that. Yeah. He's sleazy, he's a scumbag, he's this, he's that. I'll tell you right now, my dealings with Ali, which were a good amount over a couple of years, nothing but awesome. He literally, "What do you need? What do you need? Tell me what you need, bro." And yes, he would try to bully in conversations, talk over, push, whatever. Which I know those tactics. Those are my tactics as well. But Ali, actually, I see what's on the internet, but dealing with him, working with him, literally working with him, because he was running, what was the promotion Nick fought in?
I mean, there's a reason why he's got so many fighters because he
Yes.
treats his fighters well, and people seem to
And he
all his
works
fighters seem
hard
to
as
love him.
fuck.
Yeah.
That dude works hard as fuck. Nick left the XFC. I was his manager. We left the XFC. We signed with Ali for the where did he fight Justin Gaethje? What the hell was that called again? W something. That whatever that promotion was. Before PFL. That's where Nick fought Justin Gaethje. And so Ali was
WSOF, World Series of Fighting.
Yes, WSOF. And Ali was running that. So I dealt with him a ton just as I manage this fighter, you run this promotion dynamic. He was nothing but amazing there. Then he was like, "Listen, I'll help Nick. What do you need? Tell me what you need. I don't want any money. Tell me what you need." I was like, "We need a shot at the UFC." And he sat down, Dana, and did it. So your question is, how does Ali have so many fighters? It's because that dude works 24/7. I could text him right now, 10 o'clock on a fucking Tuesday. I'll get an answer. This dude is a 24/7 guy. All of the other stuff, that long form article about him being a government informant, I have no clue. None. Just at a professional level, he was great to work with. Great to work at a professional level. Him and Mick Maynard, who I had a ton of dealings with as well. I didn't deal with Sean Shelby very much. One or two conversations. They were great conversations. And he was like, listen, we like Nick, but XYZ. Mick Maynard actually took a shot with Nick going to the LFA and stuff like that. Mick Maynard was great. Ali was great. All I know is what I've dealt with in that, what the internet says and stuff like that. I have no fucking clue. He might be a terrorist. I have no clue, but not from what I've seen.
Yeah, and my mom said that, people are going to treat you the way that you treat them. So if you treat somebody with respect, you're going to get respect back. That's just how the world works.
Yeah. I'm all about, I'm not the most religious guy. I grew up very religious because my mom's not from this country, and that's just how that goes. So
I'm not laughing at you. That was weird timing. Somebody said, Angelo, give us a promo.
Yeah. But WeWantPicks.com at the top. Click become a member. We have 14 units of premium member bets waiting for you right now. You think the week off is when you can save $10? We did have some cancellations. Couple of random people in this comment section have canceled their membership to save $10 for a couple of weeks. A, you're cheap as fuck. B, those $10, you fucked up. The line movement alone on Shavkat Rachmanov.
You fucked up.
The line movement alone.
$10. You fucked up.
Well, the line movement alone on Shavkat paid for the $10 premium. Same exact line movement with the premium parlay and other stuff. So a few of you have canceled premium, and you'll just sign right back up. I know how it goes. It's fine. Oh, it's an off week. Save my $10. It's stupid. But anyway, I grew up religious. I'm not religious now. This circles back to, you made a comment about, you do the right things will come back to you. If I had a religion, it's karma. I am a very big believer in karma. I literally try to do the right thing every chance I get, because it's like, I don't want the bad karma. I don't want it. Whether you believe in that shit or not, I don't want the bad karma. You a karma guy?
Well, you know what I said? I said karma's for fucking
Jesus
losers.
Fucking Christ. No, you said
karma
luck.
is for.
You said luck.
I said luck and karma is for fucking losers. If you're on top like me, and you're a top dog, alpha dog like me, there's no place to go but continue to go to the top. I don't fucking know.
Fucking moron.
Jesus
My mom is
Christ.
from Naples. My dad is, he was the first person in his family born in New York, literally by like 1 month. They moved to New York. He was born in New York by 1 month. English is not anyone in my family's first language, including mine. English is now my first language, but growing up, it was not my first language. And I was doing so poorly in
Sprechen
school.
Sie Deutsch.
Yeah. I was doing so poorly in school because English.
Why'd you
English,
say yeah?
Because I was choking and I'm not speaking your white people bullshit. You know what's funny? Complete pivot. English was not my first language. I fucked up in school, and then
There's another story, guys. Here we go.
My dad was like,
"Buckle in, everyone. Here we go."
My dad was like, "No more Italian at home. We're in America now." So whatever, all good now.
Here we go.
Now I don't speak Italian at all. Tiffany, the love of my life, the apple of my eye, my wife. She is a Texan through and through. Just pure blood Texan. When we first met, she had no idea. She never met anybody of any ethnicity whatsoever. Right? None. No actual cultural diversity where she was from in Texas. So we had a conversation, and she mentioned me not being white. And I was like, what? She's like, well, you're not white. You're Italian. And I was like, what do you mean I'm not white? What do you think I am? She's like, well, you're Italian. I said, Tiff, if you are filling out a college application, what box do you think I check? And that was when she realized I was a white person. Italians are white. Some people genuinely don't realize Italians are white people. There you go, Jacob. Fun fact. You're about as white as they get.
Yeah, I had cancer. Thank you.
Is it working with the women? The women feeling bad for you, or they just see weak genes? Which is it?
I mean, I don't know why you have this fascination with people or cancer
Because it's
or weak
not
people.
regular. No. Don't group yourself in with the breast cancer, with the colon cancer. Don't
Yeah, I
group
couldn't. I mean,
yourself in with
I can't help it.
you and people who sit in a tanning booth too long have the same type of cancer. Do not group yourself in with those other people.
I didn't ask for this, Angelo. You think I asked for this?
Huh? You know what's funny? You really don't go outside, so I don't know how you got it either.
I spent my whole life living on a lake. I mean, first it was our lake house. I mean, because, you know, we got it like that. So it was a lake house, and then it, yeah, I think it's still a we. You know, I didn't go home for Christmas, but I think it's still my fucking family. Asshole.
When was the last time you were home for a holiday? That's not your family anymore. Yeah, exactly.
I don't know when it was, honestly. 2 years
But
ago?
I assume they came out here for your surgery, right?
You know what's funny is there's two funny things.
You're like Southwest.
Well, there's two funny things about when I went in for my surgery for cancer to get cancer removed from my body last Thursday. I still have the stitches in my fucking face. The first thing was they need to check my blood pressure, which I know that's a scary thing for you. For me, it's a very normal thing to go through. They check it, they say, "Oh, that's great." You know, for you, it's like, "Oh, we gotta get this medication, and it's a whole thing. But I had a hoodie on. She's like, "Can you take your hoodie off?" The second I took my hoodie off, she goes, "Oh, you work out. You can't work out for a week with these stitches." So I literally took my hoodie off, and she was like, "Oh yeah, you can't work." And she's like, "Ooh, ooh." So that actually was a real thing that happened, not the whole ooh, but she really did say that. The second thing that was funny to me was she just assumed, and this was a question she asked. She goes, "So who do you?"
This comment's fantastic.
So that'll go along with this. Thank you, guys. Her question to me was, and it was more of an assumption type question, Angela, pay attention. She said, "Who are you here with today?" And I said,
Uber.
And I said, "Was I supposed to bring someone?" She's like, "No, you didn't have to, but who came with you?" And I was like, "I'm here by myself." And then the doctor, even as the surgeon, the cancer surgeon, as he had my face open,
Yeah,
he said, he was like, what are you doing for Christmas? And I said, just sitting here going to take care of my stitches because I had nothing better to do. He's like, "Oh, okay." Fucking asshole. Who'd you come here with? Who came to support you with your cancer surgery? Oh, I got fucking nobody in my life that wanted to come for this experience. I sat there and held my own fucking hand with my face split wide open and a guy digging around.
In fairness, I've invited you to every single holiday and get together I've ever had, ever. So I don't want to hear your fucking woe is me bullshit.
And you did say, "I guess I'll take care of your dog if you need me to."
I didn't say I guess.
No, you did offer. You didn't offer to come with me, but
I'm all about, listen, I'm mean. Braley saying Anthony is ruthless, or Angelo, Anthony, Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ, Big Tony, huh?
You know what's funny? I get called Anthony constant because Angelo is not a normal name. I get called Anthony fucking constant.
Do you know what I always get called? By every single one of my parents' old fucking friends that I see once a year when I go visit them.
Squirt. Just with the elbow on top of your head. Some squirt. How we doing? Squirt.
I mean, this is the part where we talk about I don't say mean things. I don't say hurtful things. Yeah, I do get offended more than Angelo because he says hurtful things like that.
Yeah, of course my feelings get hurt because he says mean shit.
No, they say Jason, asshole.
$5 from Anthony Rivera Medina. What part of Connecticut are you from, Angelo? Thanks for all the content. Keep it up, guys. I'm from Newtown. And everybody knows that. Everybody knows that town for all the wrong reasons, but I am from Newtown. Not born there. I was born in New York, spent a piece of my life in New York. And then my dad was like, we're not raising this motherfucker in New York. We're moving to Connecticut. Moved to Connecticut and grew up in Connecticut, Newtown, Connecticut. If you go to that gym, you know whose names you see on the Wall of Fame, Jacob? I've told you this before, but.
Wow. No.
Bruce Jenner and Angelo Bodetti and a bunch of other people. But yeah, Bruce Jenner went to my high school, set a whole shit ton of track records, obviously. And then I went there and and then kicked the shit out of some people in some wrestling tournaments. I did not win a state championship, though. That's a different banner. I'm not on that banner. On the all-conference banner. I sound Guido. That's a fucking offensive as fuck. No joke, though. Jacob wasn't out of surgery for 8 minutes. I'm like, are we going live Tuesday or what's the plan?
Yeah,
I will say
the timing, and I don't know if they've picked up on this, but when was because I could have got this cancer surgery months ago, but Angelo told me, no, you're not going to get cancer to remove, you're not going to get surgery to remove cancer and miss live streams. He's like, you're going to do it on an off week. So the second I got an off week, that's when Angelo allowed me to get cancer removed from my body. That's how he controls me. I'm like Britney Spears.
No joke. I think you got scammed. Because, let me walk you through this. First of all, being from the Northeast, I trust nobody and nothing, and everybody's a fucking con artist. Everybody I talk to, in my mind, is trying to scam me out of something. Your, what do they call it? What's the skin doctor? Dermatologist. Your dermatologist said, you have the cancer, but it's not going to spread. It's not going to kill you. We'll just cut it out. $10,000 will cut it right out. No problem. You don't have to worry about it. To me, that screams scam. Because if you didn't cut it out, would you have died of cancer? Serious question. No. Wouldn't have done shit.
I think it can do so. I saw a guy on TikTok. You know what scared the shit out of me? And honestly, one of the reasons why I went to a dermatologist was I saw a guy on TikTok who had the same thing as me, basal cell carcinoma or whatever, on his face, and it got into his bone. And he had a tumor like this big on the side of his face because it got into his bone and it turned into like bone cancer. So it can't affect you. Okay.
It was just oh God, a hiccup. Jesus Christ. It was just a weird looking freckle. She had a lot of freckles. It was just a weird looking freckle, or was it more of a mole?
No, it was like pink. It was pink and it would peel. But it had been there for a few years.
But like literally, if you never did anything about it, would it have killed you or no?
It can, yeah, if you don't treat it. It can. The skin cancer can slowly grow in size and
in general, yes.
Invade deeper tissues like muscle and bone and cartilage. And then it's a big
I'm
issue.
asking about you specifically.
Yeah, if it just fucking sat there like any cancer, it's not going to it's cancer, Angelo. It's fucking cancer. I don't know what you want from me.
Just stop fucking talking about it, honestly. I'm a CT person myself. A lot of Italians. My town is Puerto Ricans. Yeah, where are you? Tell me where you are in Connecticut. I'm curious. I spent my whole life there.
Your address. Fuck, man.
I don't need your address. What's your town? Connecticut's not that big. I spent my entire life there, A, growing up, B, coaching there. So I've been to every high school in that freaking state for a million different reasons. Oh, see, they're rooting for you. It worked. They're rooting for you.
Jackie boy. Jackie boy.
Get him, Jackie. Jacob.
Middletown. Oh yeah, we know Middletown. We had we had that one thing in Middletown, the thing with the guy, and then we bought the car, and then we had to go. The car wasn't right, so me and you went back, and we said, hey, we're kicking in doors, taking down knees.
Are you done or? I do know Middletown. I like
Then we
Middletown.
threw them into the river.
Middletown's Middlesex County. I'm Fairfield County.
Waterbury's got the best pizza.
I'm not trying to big time you. Waterbury, you fucking moron. You meant to say New Haven.
No, I like Waterbury's better. They got that one spot.
Waterbury has the one. Bertucci's. What's the one spot?
It's called like Little
Sbarro?
Caesars or something.
Yeah.
It's Little Caesars.
Junior Cesar, I think is what they called it. I took Jacob to New York. He had New York pizza one time. You loved it.
Queens, baby. Had a slice in fucking Queens.
Did you really?
Man.
Do people outside the Northeast, this is a real question. You actually grow up eating pizza, like not folding it in half?
That was literally the first time I've ever folded a slice of pizza in half and ate it. Yeah.
How do you eat? How do you eat a triangle slice of pizza? You fucking hold it with two hands like this? Do it.
Yeah. You basically take it with two hands like this. Sometimes the crust starts slipping out of your backhand, so you kind of got to bring the crust back in like this. So you're bringing the crust in, and you're just kind of shoveling it. You're just kind of shoveling it like this as you just feed the crust into the mouth like this.
And then the oil will drip, and you just. Oh yeah, no, I crossed the line. Sure, no, yeah, definitely sure. I agree. Nice form. Not folding pizza is absurd, and you know what's funny? That's what's amazing about. Where's
most pizza you can't fold. That's the issue. Most pizza you cannot fold. And the pizza that I grew up eating was cut into squares. It's thin crust cut into squares.
I hate that shit. So the places he just mentioned, Sally's, Frank Pepe's, they cut that shit. It's like erratic. They just go. Whack, 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 whack. It's not triangles. It's fucking rectangles, some triangles, random fucking shapes. It's literally erratic. Is the only way to describe how they cut it.
I was the best pizza cutter, by the way. I mean, I liked it.
So it's the pizza that they make at these places.
That's for the 16-inch.
This fucking half-wit short bus rider thinks that's how you spell Sicilian. Congratulations on all your success. You're a moron.
Goddamn gaming.
You licked windows on the bus. Anyway, these places. So shut up. Barstool. What the fuck's his name? Oh my god, I love the reviews. Everybody does. Anyway, the pizza reviews. New Haven is his favorite spot in the country. He has voted New Haven Pizza, Connecticut, as the greatest pizza in the country. I disagree. I am a New York pizza guy, and here's why. Yeah, Portnoy. Here's why. They cook a whole pizza, a round circle pizza, not the fucking random shapes that you get out of Sally's or Frank's. It's a circle. They cut it in the triangles. It's in the window. This is the pizza Jacob ate. It's in the glass display. You go, let me get, I'll get a buffalo chicken, a Sicilian,
slice of pep.
Pizza
Give me a
roll,
slice of pep. Let me
get a margarita.
The sausage.
Give
me
a
slice of the peppies and a slice of the sausage.
They take the slice, they put the slice back in the oven, then it gets reheated, basically cooked the second time. The crust is crunchy, the cheese is, it's perfect. Buy the slice. Listen, Sbarro is probably the best. Sbarro or Mi Familia is probably the best chain pizza you'll get. Buy the slice.
Degenerate here. I mean, people really do kind of sleep on Wyoming pizza.
Dude, stop engaging this fucking ass clown. He's mentioned Wyoming 11 times and it's stupid as shit. He's just.
I take that back. You don't know shit. Wyoming doesn't know shit. We don't even care about that comment.
He's just disappointed as fuck that Yellowstone is not in Wyoming and it's Montana and his life sucks now. That's what he's worried about. Anyway.
You think so?
100%.
Let's elaborate on that.
Absolutely positive.
You think on the you think he buys the entire wardrobe from Yellowstone?
I'm 100% positive this dude, if Yellowstone was based in Wyoming or Idaho, he would make it his entire personality trait. Because he's somehow made Wyoming one of the most insignificant states in this country. And I've been there many times.
Probably
he is
the
somehow
most, definitely more than another state.
I've literally been to Wyoming probably 5-6 times. All the parks, all the stupid bullshit. The only shit that exists in Wyoming are buffalo and a half of a town square. And this dude has managed to make it his personality on YouTube. I can't imagine how annoying he is in real life. Don't engage. Back to pizza, which actually matters. New York pizza is better than Connecticut pizza, regardless of what, just in my opinion, obviously. But what I will say, Jakey boy, it's funny how regionally we eat the same foods but don't. Me folding a pizza, you've never folded a pizza in your entire life. Everybody's eating pizza. It's crazy that we eat it differently, especially when it's a triangle, right? Like I get if it's a square, but whatever. But the craziest,
Well, the pizza I ate was Pizza Hut. You can't fold a Pizza Hut slice of pizza in half.
I fold Pizza Hut today. You give me Pizza Hut right now. I've never
order fucking pizza right now, and there's no way you're folding a slice of pizza. A pan pizza.
This finger goes pan pizza. First of all, in the Northeast, a lot of the pizza is Greek, which is pan pizza. And just look, if the menu has a fucking gyro on it, it was cooked in a pan. You take this finger, you bang it in the middle. These two go like this, sideways, done. Anyway. The biggest culture shock to me moving from the Northeast to Texas.
My God, is this the Chinese stuff here?
Is fucking the Chinese stuff here. Did you know, where's my boy, Anthony Rivera? Anthony's my new favorite subscriber. Watch if I give a fuck. Bye. We're talking about food now. Who needs you, you skinny fucking allergic to the sun dick lick? Chinese food in the Northeast, right? Oh, let me get a boneless spare rib combo platter with lo mein. I'll do pork fried rice, whatever, right? $8, $11. You get the fucking whatever, 10 boneless spare ribs. Okay. I moved to Texas. I'm in Frisco. I'm actually in Prosper, right outside of Frisco. Jacob's in Frisco. Looks like Andrew's in Dallas. I go to the Chinese joint. There's one up the street. There's a lot of Asians. My town, there's a lot of Asians. So I go, great. The Chinese food is probably awesome. I come here. We order the Chinese. I look at the menu. Where the fuck are my boneless ribs? Where are the boneless ribs? I see regular spare ribs. Where are the fucking boneless ribs? Boneless spare ribs are a regional food. And I had no fucking clue. Apparently, boneless spare ribs don't exist in Texas or in a lot of other states. It's a regional food. The rest of the menu looks exact. The white writing with the red Chinese letters underneath and the numbers. Everything else is exactly the same except boneless spare ribs don't exist. Is the most disappointing thing I've ever experienced in my entire life. Jacob, Andrew lives near you. He said he's going to. Jacob, what's your apartment complex? If you go, it's right between the Goodwill and the Sonic. It's right there. You can EBT the rent. It's that apartment complex. He's at the top. The penthouse. Absolute penthouse. Good for him. Yeah, we're still live. We're talking about food. Jacob's eating an ice cream fucking. Is that at least a. Are there nuts on the outside of that?
Kit Kat.
Nice. I got you. Nice. Oh, see? He had boneless spare ribs at the Meriden Mall last week. You can't go wrong. The fact that they don't exist here is honestly shocking. Wait, what did I just see? Jacob needs adventure in his life. He's not challenged enough. Look at him. He's a genius. He needs a challenge. Jacob's like the smart kid in the regular class that really acted out. And then they put him in the gifted program. And then that's where he found himself. This is Goodwill Hunting. Jacob is Goodwill Hunting, except Ginger. But he's Goodwill Hunting. What's a Ginger name? He's Good Carrot Hunting. Right here. Eating that cone. He's going to solve a math equation right after this. Boy, you and Hashio did not have a good week last week. That fucking sucks, huh? Connecticut Wrestling, legit, man. I coach Newtown forever. Go watch a Newtown tournament. Go check out a Newtown meet. Mention my name. They'll say, yeah, Angelo's great.
They'll give you a free fucking hot
They're
dog.
not going to let you in for free. It's the Northeast. You're not getting shit. You're not getting fucking shit for free. Unless I call ahead. Not happening.
How many restaurants went out of business when you moved?
So the Newtown Deli, Anthony, my man, Anthony, head down Route 25, going to Newtown, the Newtown Deli, big ass deli right there. The Monroe Deli, also on Route 25, just 5-7 miles earlier. You go in, you ask for an Angelo sandwich. It's on the board. It is on the board. It is named after me. I coach the owner's son. It's a chicken cutlet, roasted red peppers, fresh mutts, and balsamic vinaigrette on a hard roll. You want it in a hero, get it in a hero. Ask for the Angelo sandwich. If anybody watching goes to Yelp right now and looks up the Newtown Deli in Newtown, Connecticut, the #1 review is, I got the Angelo sandwich, and it was amazing. That is named after me. I'm not just here for YouTube fame. I also am a sandwich guy. It honestly is a phenomenal sandwich. Did you have it when you visited or no?
Fuck no.
You had a BEC, bacon, egg, and cheese, but I'm not joking. That sandwich is legit. It exists. I do have that. This isn't even satire. It is my own sandwich. Let me pull it up.
It'll let you down just like the real thing.
Yelp, Newtown Deli, Newtown CT. You got to be in it to win it, Jacob. Miguel, yeah, Miguel runs the place now. Previous owner sold it. Come on, where's the Angelo sandwich? Just gonna find that page. Angelo. 2 of 3. Found it a few times on the page, Google. Anyway, it's on here. Angelo sandwich. I got pictures, the whole thing. Oh, this is Crossroads Pizza. What the fuck am I looking at?
We can see you're on Pornhub in the reflection behind you.
It's all Angelo sandwich. Draped. Dripping. Where's the menu? Is this the menu? God damn.
Get your readers.
This isn't it. Teriyaki. The fuck? I'm finding it. Motherfucker. Here we go. Share.
Oh my God, Luka Doncic had a triple-double tonight. 60 points, 21 rebounds, and 10 assists.
Shut the fuck up.
Holy shit. My man Luka.
D'Angelo. Chicken cutlet.
Is the dream over?
D'Angelo. Chicken cutlet, fresh mozz, roasted red peppers, and balsamic vinaigrette. $7.50. You're not going to beat that deal. Jesus Christ. You're not going to beat that deal. Newtown Deli, Newtown, Connecticut. Tell them I sent you. Obviously, we're not sponsored. I just got...
It's funny that they separated your sandwich and then another one called the Stallion. They were like, these are definitely 2 different things here. Same price, but one's the Stallion and one's like the
Stallion's
Angelo,
a chicken cutlet. The Stallion's a chicken cutlet, prosciutto, broccoli rabe, fresh mutts, roasted red peppers, and balsamic vinegar. It's my exact sandwich, except a little better because it's got broccoli rabe and prosciutto. It's a little better. Right. And you know how I got it? Angel's going to ask how everybody's going to ask how the way I got it, because I know the thousands of people watching are very concerned. I went in there almost every day, ordered the exact same thing. And I was like, listen, Artie owned the place.
You said, hey,
Artie.
Listen, bud. Hey,
No,
my dude. Artie.
I said,
say it the way you said it.
I talk like a regular person. I said, Artie, I coach your kid. I come in here 4 or 5 times a week. I order the exact same thing.
I'm slapping your kid around every night. You know what I mean? I'm putting him in line. You can't keep him straight, so I'm doing it for you. Come on, Artie. You know what I mean?
I said, when's it going to go on the board? He didn't say anything. A few months later, it's on the board, and he fucked up the font. The Angelo was the biggest sandwich on the entire board because he didn't remember what font he used originally. It was fantastic. They fixed it since.
Yeah.
Well, it's $8.99. Inflation. Okay, chicken cutlets aren't what they used to be. Thank you for Googling. Anybody in Connecticut? Where's my boy? My Anthony. I'm not kidding, Anthony. Anthony, you need to do 2 things. 2 things in Newtown. Both of these people were amazing in my life. Here we go. Here's the online menu. Anyway, you need to go to the Newtown Deli, order yourself an Angelo sandwich. Tell them Angelo sent me. Then you need to go to Butcher's Best. Butcher's Best is the butcher shop in Newtown. It's amazing. It's high end. It is expensive. He was my wrestling coach. He was my wrestling coach growing up. Ask for Steve Ford, an Olympian alternate, a judo national champion. There's not a better human being on this planet. That guy is amazing. Just a good soul. You go there, you say, Angelo told me to come here. He'll hook you up, and I don't even want him to hook you up because I want him to make all the money he can make running that place. You go there, you tell him I sent you. Steve is the best. Butcher's Best. Newtown Deli. Jacob, it's 10:30. I got fucking shit to do. You got any last words for these people?
Fuck them.
You see how he treats you? You see, this is your hero?
The guy sitting here last week, I mean, I was doing all these, I didn't even realize at the time that all these live streams I've been doing, I've had cancer the entire time. So I've literally been doing all these streams and all these videos and everything with cancer, and it's already been so successful because now that I got the cancer out of me, I mean, we're taking this to a whole fucking another level. Holy
You did what
shit.
you did with the toxins? That's incredible.
Holy shit. 2023 is about to go bananas.
Hoodoo Browns is great, 100%, but I live in Texas now, so it doesn't compare. Hutchins in Frisco, which I don't think that's their original location. I think McKinney is. Hutchins, fucking phenomenal. Jacob likes, what's that delivery barbecue you get? The yellow cup?
Dickies?
Dickies, yeah, that's national. Dickies is not terrible, but Hutchins,
Dickies, the last couple times, I don't get them anymore. It just has been.
It's because it's the problem is barbecue is not, it's not an easy thing to productionalize at that scale.
They must have got a new manager. You can kind of tell when restaurants get new managers. I was a manager at a restaurant for a long time, and you can tell when people change managers. Things get you gotta stay on these people, you know.
Listen, you're gonna tell me nobody's a harsher food critic than I am. But anyway, thank you guys for hanging out. Genuinely appreciated. This was like a rambling, nonsense, drinking, weird ass stream, but I don't know. You guys were great in the comments, so appreciate it. Dickies or Whataburger? Go ahead, Jacob. They're not even the same category of food.
Well, I already answered in the chat, so you can put it. You can tag that if you want to.
I don't see it. What'd you say?
McDonald's.
That wasn't the fucking choice. Whataburger's legit good. Is Whataburger the best fast food burger you're ever gonna get? No, of course not.
I'd rather have Burger King.
Listen, I actually am a partial to Burger King as well, but Whataburger is straight up delicious. You like Whataburger, right? It's just not your favorite.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to have every couple of months.
It's very good. What Whataburger does,
it's kind of heavy.
Like, it is very heavy, but it's like Wendy's where it's never frozen ever. All the meat is fresh, and every burger is made to order. I
love Wendy's, man. Wendy's might be the most underrated burger, honestly.
Dude, Wendy's is so fucking hit or miss for me. I'll go to a Wendy's and be like, that was amazing. And then I'll go to the next one. And it's like, it was straight up gross. It comes down to I got into that Frisco Wendy's by you. I went there like a couple months ago, and I went there at like noon on a Sunday. The doors weren't open.
Why weren't you at church?
The doors weren't open because synagogue is not on fucking Sundays. The door wasn't open. I tried to go in. I couldn't. So then I had to get back in the car with my daughters and then go through the drive-thru. There was no reason. COVID's been long gone. No reason they weren't fucking open. I go in the drive-thru. The woman opens the window. Fucking, I immediately hated her. I could just tell I do not like this person. I give her the card. She gives me. I go. Let me ask you something. When
the way she looked,
just her whole vibe. I go. When does the inside open? And I looked her dead in the fucking eyes because it's supposed to be open. Jacob, her and the fucking 2 other people that worked there chose not to open it. I go. When does the inside open? And she goes. She's smart because I could see her processing what I was asking and how, like, why I was asking it. And she goes, we're not opening today. I said, okay. Well, that's not what the internet says. And then I left. Fuck them. Fuck Wendy's.
Nice payoff there at the end.
I hold grudges when it comes to food, dude. Straight grudges. Okay.
Look, Elizabeth already said good night. Thanks. I mean, she's trying to get you out of here. Elizabeth's like, hey, let's shut this thing down. This dude's got to go to bed.
All right.
Got to roll onto that air mattress.
Who's rolling onto an air mattress?
Not me.
Prove it. Because from what I could tell from this view, you live in a closet.
Trust me, the things I do, those air mattresses would not last with the action I'm getting in that thing. You know what I mean?
Because your dick is fucking tiny and pointy and sharp, you fucking pencil dick.